now?
I don't know. What is up, everybody? Apparently, Lane just got booted out as we're starting. But Lane will come back. If I did boot you out on accident, my bad, Lane. But what is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live. We're starting strong with 12 people in here already. There's Lane. I don't know if I booted Lane. Lane, did I boot you out on accident?
No, I accidentally closed it.
Oh, okay. So I don't feel bad. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no,
but guys,
no reason to feel bad.
Okay, cool. Guys, we're starting off with a great panel tonight. Hold on one sec. I got to mute myself on my other tab. We're starting off with a great panel tonight, guys. As you could see, we dug him out of the depths. We're going to say what's up to Owen from In the Detail first, because I'm so glad to have him here. I was a little worried. I'm like, Owen, like, are you coming on stream ever again? He's like, dude, don't worry. I'll be there. Don't you worry. And then I was like, dude, you like being the mysterious guy, like not telling us if you're coming on or not. And a couple people actually asked about Owen. So those that did, here he is. Owen, it's great to have you here, dude. And I know you're really excited to talk about some third-party stuff in John Wick, and you're kind of like our third-party expert. So it's awesome to have you here, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And then moving through, guys, of course, we have Ryan from Mr. Mom Collectibles. Ryan, it's great to have you here. And also you, I know you're really excited to talk about John Wick. And so I'm really glad you were able to make it, because I'm excited to talk about John Wick with our fellow John Wick fans here on the 100%. Panel. It's really, really exciting, man. Next, we got CMB, guys. Yes, that is CMB. If you didn't check out his profile picture, I know his name's a little different, but CMB in the house. It's great to have you here, dude, as always. And again, great to have another big John Wick fan here to talk about John Wick, because I know we're all losing our minds this morning over John Wick. Yeah, so we're really excited to talk about it. It's great to have you here, as always. Iron King, starting with the blasphemy, dude. Bro, I know people like to joke and say, like, I have a lot of money. I don't. We are going to give away a hot toy, but that is courtesy of Sean. We're not giving away a DeLorean. Hey, maybe one day, though, if the channel really explodes, maybe for like 4K or something, we'll dig out a vehicle. Maybe not the DeLorean, but whatever we can at the time. Maybe we'll dig out a vehicle. You never know. You never know what the future holds. But next we have Lane. It's great to have you here, Lane, as always. Awesome to have you. I know you're excited to talk about some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight, so it is great to have you here, as always.
I'm looking forward to. Obviously, we've had a couple things come out or get released here or be announced that are just kind of like, whatever you think of the property, you're kind of going at the figure like,
yeah,
I may need. Do I have $300 currently just burning a hole in my?
Right. Do I have a coupon code laying around?
Yeah, or just something, because
yeah, exactly.
Looking for it. So I'm happy to be here with everybody tonight.
Well, it's great to have you. And then finally, last but certainly not least, we have Sean from the Hot Toys Nightmare. Sean, it is great to have you here, as always. And I know you're really excited about the John Wick stuff too, so I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on it. Okay, well, I guess that intro wasn't grand enough. Sean clicked out as I was introducing him. Sean's always trolling me in some way, guys, but Sean will be back, don't you worry. But while Sean's
he's just looking at you as Justin Collectibles 2.0, and
I guess like, so, dude. He's
just
like, dipping out on us.
Well, your glowing smile just overwhelmed him, man.
I guess so. You know, I got to bring it. It's on a Thursday night. That's the best night of the week, so I had to bring it to him. But we'll let Sean back in. If that was a joke, that was a very good one. But maybe he actually just got disconnected. But let's say what's up to some people in the chat, and then once Sean gets back in, we'll say what's up to him. And also, guys, Chris from the Collecting Madness will be here tonight, so don't you worry. We're going to be saying what's up to Chris here in a little bit. But let's say what's up to some people in the chat. Oh, we got a super chat already. Already. Some guy. Look, guys, you know I love this dude. Some guy is my man. He's the coolest guy on the block. We very much appreciate you, bro, for the $10 super chat. That's incredibly generous. I very much appreciate it. Some guy says, let's get this party started. And while we're here, since we're talking about super chats, the boys and I were talking backstage. We're going to have some funny crap coming up for super chats. And it's going to be custom stuff based on your favorite panel members here. So I'm excited to share it with y'all. We're going to film some funny, stupid stuff to throw up on the screen for super chat. So really excited.
So what the heck? You introduced me and then kicked me off of here?
See,
I'm not dude. I'm not lame where you just kick him off when you start.
Hey, I've never done that. I have never done that.
You just did it to Lane like 2 minutes ago and you were laughing about
it. Lane cleared my name. He came back and he cleared my name. So I knew you were.
But anyways, some guy, thank you for your super chat.
Oh, no.
The con dog himself, the Hot Toys Hotline, really appreciates it. Although I'm not wearing something really busty to show off everything I have. I want you to know that it's appreciated. And as Connor wants to throw up in his mouth right now, we would like to see him follow through with that process. So guys, some guy for you.
Some guy wants to see you do the truffle shuffle.
Oh, yeah, Connor, do the truffle shuffle.
Do the truffle shuffle.
No, that's not on the menu, guys. It's not on the tip menu.
It is part of this, so we can see you evolved originally from your original online name, from the Dirty Dish Machine, to the Hot Toys Hotline, to the 1/6 scale upchucker.
Oh, I've just got the ever evolving name, don't I, Lane? But yes,
you know what? That's what we need to do is get a model that's cleaning dishes, preferably, not you. Somebody else that's better to look at.
I use a dishwasher, so it won't be that exciting. It's just me loading the dishwasher. Most of the time, my girlfriend's doing the dishes, so it won't be that exciting. That's why my old name was Dirty Dishes. But thank you so much, some guy. Very much appreciate it, dude. You're the best. But let me say what's up to some people in the chat. We got Payton23 here. He says, hello, everyone. Hello to you, Payton. It's always awesome to have you here, my friend. Very much appreciate you being here, as always. Of course, we got some guy dropping the hype way before the stream started. He says, it's Thursday night with Hot Toys Hotline. Get your popcorn, get your beer or your drink, whatever you have sitting around. Sit back and enjoy the show. There is no better place to be. Let's go. Like and subscribe. And yes, guys, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel and drop a like on the stream if you're happy to be here. I would very much appreciate it. My boy David in the house. Once again, guys, I'm always talking to David on Instagram. David, I appreciate you always sharing your cool stuff with me. I was actually just talking to David earlier today. David has an amazing collection, so definitely head on over to David's Instagram and check out his stuff. I'm sure he'd be happy to share it with you. He's got some really, really great stuff. We got Collector's Entity in the house. He says, sup, fellas? What's up, Collector's Entity? I hope you're doing well. It is great to have you here, as always. I hope you're doing well on this fine Thursday evening. Of course, spreading the love, as always. Control-Alt-Delete Q is here. He says, hello again, everyone. Good evening to all. Morning for me. I've been waiting all week for today's stream. Well, that's very kind of you. I'm glad we give you something to look forward to every Thursday, and it's awesome to have you here, as always. I hope you're doing well. Let's see who else we got here, guys. Of course, would not be a Hot Toys Hotline stream without the insane one. He's saying, hello there, sir, to me before the stream started. Great to have you here, as always, insane one. I hope you're doing well. I was talking to you a little bit before the stream started. Great to have you here. And, of course, another one of our fantastic moderators and a great friend. We got OG. He says, hello, everyone. Good to see you, as always, OG. I hope you're doing well. It is fantastic to have you here, as always. KTHW is in the house. He says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, KTH. I hope you're doing well. Boba Fettuccine in the house says, what's happening, all? What's happening, Boba? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, as always, bro. It's great to have you here. Got my friend Ty in the house. Says, hi, everyone. It's good to see you, as always, Ty. Great to have you here. I hope you're doing well. 12-inch Moose Stream says, good evening, community of collectors. Good evening to you, Moose Stream. Awesome to have you here. I hope you're doing well. Again, we have Iron King spreading the blasphemy before we started. But it's still awesome to have you here, as always. Love the profile picture. The Mark I is one of the best suits. And don't you forget it, everybody. The Mark I is one of the best. So Oilers Workshop is here, my great friend. As always, guys, I always got to plug him because he's such an incredible artist. Oilers Workshop, check him out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything he's on, check him out. He's saying, I got your special delivery today. You want it painted hot pink, right? I mean, hey, that might make for some great content for you. You might make a lot of people upset. Like I said, guys, I can't tell you what it is quite yet, but he is repainting a certain figure for me. So I'm glad it arrived safe and sound in the giant box that it came in. Let's see. 12-inch Moose Stream said he just saw John Wick 4. Dude, I hope you enjoyed it. We're all really excited to check it out. I'll probably be seeing it either this weekend or sometime next week. So I hope you enjoyed it. No Nerve says, where am I? Well, No Nerve, you're here with us on a Thursday night on the Hot Toys Hotline live stream. And I'm glad you found your way here. I hope you're doing well. 8-Bit Flea is here. He says, yo, what's up, y'all? What's up, 8-Bit Flea? I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, bro. Great to have you here. Control-Delete says the original 6 Avengers. Yes, dude. I love that. Sluggin16 is in the house. He says, good evening, fellow collectors. That's kind of a Sean quote there. Sean, you might get some royalties from that comment because he also wrote it how you say it too. But great to have you here, Sluggin16. It's always great to have you. Let's see.
You can get with B&B's lawyers. We'll hash some stuff out for you.
Right. Just work it out with the team. B&B will get you some money. Iron King says Hot Toys Nightmare is Connor's personal body. Sean would let me die, dude. Let's just be real. He would just leave me there.
That's not true.
Sean's like, I would let you take a few blows.
Dude, I would be by your
bed.
side. I would sit there, watch while you're dying, dude. I'm not.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so
jacked
much.
up. I don't want you to be alone, dude.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
He's gonna encourage you. He's gonna be like, "Man, you're taking that knife wound like a champ, bro."
Right.
Damn.
Be like, look at you. You're such a big boy now. Look at you go.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sean. I know I can rely on you.
Over.
Yeah, exactly. CSI Grism says, "Afternoon collectors, don't let OB2 take over your stream." I don't know if OB2 is in the comments, but great to have you here as always, CSI. I hope you're doing well, dude. I love this comment. OB2? I saw it. It's the guy. I guess the guy that has. I don't know if he's talking about Denobi2 or if he's talking about the guy that has the fake account, because I've seen many Denobi2 characters. But the Hedgehog says, "Yo, this is in the detail guy. Crack sick content." I'm guessing that's one of your friends, Owen. That's great to have you, Hedge. Hey, you got to spread the word, man. Guys, do your best to embarrass Owen in the chat. We love to see it. Just do your best. Do your best. We'll take all the comments. I'll pull them up on the screen. I promise. Collecting
Pictures
Madness.
are accepted too.
Yeah, if you somehow can post them on the Facebook group, we accept all embarrassing content on Owen. Collecting Madness says, "Hey, all, we'll be joining you within the hour." Yes, sir.
No, it's all right. He could stay. Yeah, he could back off.
Damn, getting all the shade tonight, Chris. We got FPJ in the house. He says, "Good looking panel tonight." Thank you, dude, and it's great to have you as always. I caught you in another live stream the other day. I think it might have been Aries. So thanks for saying what's up to me, dude. I hope you're doing well. Let me see if we got everyone here. I love that. Cigar says #truffle shuffle. You ain't getting that out of me. Maybe somebody else will do it. Look who we got in the chat. Speaking of Denobi too, there he is. He says, "Afternoon, folks. Bring on the Kang week." Yes, we're going to be talking about Kang for sure. Definitely a really exciting announcement. Whether people like the movie or not, I think it's one of those releases where everybody can kind of come together and say, okay, this is a badass release. So I'm definitely really excited to talk about it. Hope you're doing well, dudes. Great to see you here. Let's see anybody else here. Oh, we have Beast Brooker. Hello from Somalia. Is that one of your friends, Owen?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not from Somalia.
I'm getting their groove now. I'm finding out who they are. Yes, we got to drop the #Kang Gang. Don't forget, guys, we have that Kang Gang chat, I think started by Matt. So if you want to talk about all things Kang, we do have a Kang Gang Facebook group chat. Let's see. Oh, we have Tremble Dust in the chat. Tremble Dust, I hope you're doing well, dude. Great to see you. Look, a familiar face, Leighton Richards. Leighton says, "What's up, you legends?" Leighton, it's great to have you here. Awesome to see you, dude. I haven't seen you in a minute. I know you comment on all the Facebook stuff, but it's great to see you here in the chat. I hope you're doing well, man. Let's see. 12-inch Moose Stream says 10 out of 10. Dude, a lot of people, and also on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, there's a lot of great reviews, so I'm really excited. Wayne is here. Wayne Timothy says, "Good evening, everybody." Good evening to you, Wayne. I'm going to go through a little quicker, guys, so we can get started. Ian says, "Hello, all. I shall call this panel the Sinister Six." Dude, I like that. A lot of clever stuff in the chat for the panel. We appreciate you guys. You guys are really doing us a service for sure. Eclectic Collector says, "Hello, everyone." Hello to you, Eclectic. Beast Broker, John Wick Fortnite. Yeah, dude, we got the Fortnite skin in figure form. Misfit Wolf in the chat. He says, "What's going on, fellas? I hope you're doing well, Misfit. Good to see you." Eric is in the chat. Eric says, "Ready for the A." I hope you're doing well, Eric. Good to see you as always. There we go. John Wick. Okay, you're talking about John Wick. Kang, bang, bang. I love it, dude. We get balls deep in 1/6 scale, the best name on the planet, apart from Boba Fettuccine. And 1/6 Star Wars Pimpazoid. Can't forget that one. But guys, I think that's everybody. If I missed you. Oh, and then, of course, we can't forget Kaiju Daddy. He says, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning to you, Kaiju. I hope you're doing well, bro. Good to see you as always.
All the way from the land of the rising sun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tuning in early in the morning there, but it's awesome to have you as always, bro. All right, we're going to get started, guys. And, of course, with the #Kang Gang, we got to talk about Kang. We're going to very briefly get started with the Sideshow page just to look at the price really quick. As you guys know, Sideshow's photo format, even on the new website, is kind of whack. So we're going to take a look at some good photos from Secret Base. Shout out to MRC, as always, for doing the people's work. But real quick, I just wanted to show you the Sideshow page. Of course, guys, you can see the retail price for this guy is $285. And we're going to take a quick look at just the photo of everything that he comes with, just so you can kind of see it all at one time. And then we're going to take a look at some really nice HD 4K photos taken by MRC. But yes, guys, you can see this is everything he comes with. For $285, I got to be honest with you, I think this is very fair. I think he comes with a significant amount of stuff, and you get 2 head sculpts. I think that's a step in the right direction, especially for Marvel. You guys know with the Marvel stuff, they've been coming in higher in the price tag lately, but this one I think is very fair. But before we get started, let's pull up some actual.
Let's
let's actually
lower on the secondary market.
Yeah, it's interesting to see too. Like a lot of the Infinity War and Endgame stuff is starting to kind of make its way back up, and that's obviously mainly due to people's kind of response on the Phase 4 moving forward stuff. So a lot of people are kind of holding on tightly to that stuff. So it's definitely interesting to see it coming back. But again, shout out to MRC taking these amazing photos here. But let's get started, guys. I mean, you see we have a shot here of this amazing. Now, first thing I want to say, guys, I know a lot of people hate this like diamond shaped base, and I totally get it. It is massive. So if you guys have like Marty McFly for Back to the Future Part 2 or the Enter the Matrix Neo or Infinity War Thanos, a lot of figures have came with that giant base, and I know a lot of people aren't really a big fan of it. Myself, it is a bit overkill in my opinion, but I can't deny that it doesn't look cool with like that more surface area that you get with that design. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little bit overkill, but again, this figure is $285. So the fact that we get multiple head sculpts, we get all these accessories, I think it's pretty fair for $285. Now, we're going to take a look at some closer up photos later on, but I want to say, guys, right off the bat, I think this head sculpt is fantastic. I think they certainly nailed the likeness to Jonathan Majors. In terms of what I would give it for my rating, I would say a 9 out of 10. I really would. Looking at it here, of course, it is a bit off at certain spots, at certain angles, but overall, I think it's fantastic. Ryan, I kind of want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this Kang figure?
I'm very excited to get this to add it to my villain collection. I'm not probably going to be picking up any of the Ant-Man figures, like Ant-Man and the Wasp. I haven't even seen the movie, to be very frank. Haven't seen it. I'll probably wait till it comes out on Disney Plus. I'll watch it then. But I really like this from a villain representation, so definitely going to get it to add it to my collection. I think the price point $285. Yeah, it looks good, especially 2 sculpts, one of them being a USB, powered. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was US. They said it was USB light up. If I'm wrong about that, correct me.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Was it how was the light up feature? Was it USB or
for some reason I thought it said battery powered? Let's actually go
maybe
back.
It was because maybe it said like maybe it was like LED light or something like that. I misread it. But
let's see. But go ahead. While you're talking,
yeah, but it's really cool. I think the sculpt. Yeah, I would agree with it. I know you and I talked about it. Yeah, I give it like an 8, 7, 9 out of 10. I think it looks really great for what it is. But I just like the presence, and I think what I like about this character is the potential future iterations that it has. Like I'm not, spoiler alert, I know what goes on with the movie. I'm not totally dumb to it.
Right.
So the fact that there's other, potentially other incarnations of him as the character, like the Loki world, President Loki, TVA Loki, and things like that. I really like the idea that you could have a little ensemble of Kangs, especially, what's going on with him. I really like that idea. So I like it all. Yeah, there's nothing to hate on it. In terms of accessories and stuff, I mean, it seems like it's what you're going to get, for the character itself. So really, I don't have much to complain about saying he should have came with more or less. I think the fact that they gave you the 2 sculpts for that price point, I think is very reasonably fair. And especially for those who had the opportunity to have the $20 coupon, I believe like that first day, he was able to drop $20 on them to get that. So if you got
they took that off already. That was quick.
Yeah, usually I know Don was usually the first 24 hours, but I mean, if you're able to drop 20 on it and get it for a lower price, then it's an absolute steal. I think. So
for sure.
Yeah, it's not doing anything wrong with me. I like it. I'll definitely get it. I'm not going to pre-order it right away. I'm going to pay off a couple other things first, but I'll be getting him, adding him to the villain collection that I'm building. Like I said, I'm not sold on Ant-Man or the Wasp. I'm not that invested in it, but I'll definitely be getting this figure 100%.
Yeah, well said. And I did want to point out too, I have the page put up here. It is a battery powered head.
I read it where it was LED. I was just
it's you got to be. You know how it is with the sideshow listings that it's like you got to really read between the lines and look on specific accessories. But yeah, unfortunately, it is battery powered for now. Maybe they'll change.
Yeah, that's probably the only concern that I'll have is I'd like to see it lit up with the like how it is. I see the sculpt right there. I would like to see it lit up to see how strong the batteries are to get an impression of what it looks like lit up. That would be nice to see. Yeah, we will. But yeah, either way, looks good to me.
Yeah.
I have nothing negative to say about the figure itself. Like I said, it overall looks really cool. Looks a little silly. The blue floating disc there, kind of just above, looks like a blue disc. They just painted blue, so
Yeah,
it's
just
kind
a
of
piece
like,
of plastic.
yeah, it's like a little all right, whatever kind of gimmicky kind of piece. But
Mhm.
I probably won't use them without with the base. But I like it. I said
Yeah.
nothing to complain about.
That's fair.
It's one of his power-up moves. Is using a disc to float on.
I get
Yeah.
it. It just looks though like in figure form, it just looks basic.
It's cool they included it
You
though.
look
I do.
Yeah.
I want to tremble. I just want to say I don't want to hurt your feelings, dude. But unfortunately, the apple that's displayed on Sideshow does not come with it. So I don't know if that affects your pre-order or not, but you might have time to have Sideshow move your NRD to another figure. It does not come with the apple, unfortunately. And Trimble also said the chair would be nice, just saying instead of the base. And yeah, I think a lot of people really wanted to see that chair come with them. And it's funny, there's a lot of figures that have come out in the past and we're like, oh, they could come with this base or they can come with this chair. And it's like, Hot Toys is very difficult to predict in that regard. I mean, it would obviously be nice if he included it. Am I totally disappointed? Not really. Again, the price is very fair. And I think part of it is they probably wanted to keep the price in check. And I think $285 is going to be appealing to a lot of people. And it definitely is to me. Obviously, as we always say, guys, we're not celebrating $285, but for today's market, I think it's very fair. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, well said, Ryan. And I think a lot of people share that sentiment where it seems for the most part, people have been very positive, especially in the Hot Toys comments where they're known to be pretty ruthless. People have been pretty fair about this figure. And I think a lot of people can acknowledge this is a good one. At least what we're seeing with the prototype, of course. Real quick before we move on to CMB, Insane One says, I've come here to chew bubblegum and to leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm all out of bubblegum. So yes, guys, if you're here and you're new, consider subscribing to the channel and drop a like on this video. But Cigars, I kind of want to hear your thoughts on this Kang figure. You already kind of told Ryan that you don't like what he's saying about that hover disc there. But what are your thoughts on this Kang figure, man?
I'm all for it. Just like what Mr. Mom says, like we don't get a lot of villains as far as figures. So anytime Hot Toys releases a villain, I'm always down to get it to just show support and have them know that they need to make more villains. So
yeah.
I'm definitely picking this up. I got to grab two because my boy wants one. Because he's just like me. He wants more villains in his collection.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for it. I was hoping we would get the timeshare, but like I was talking on Geeking Out last night, we think that maybe there might be another version that comes out, maybe like a Toy Fair exclusive or a con exclusive, where we'll get the battle damage version of him when he was fighting Ant-Man at the end, and then that's probably where we might get the timeshare and the actual time device.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. They've done that in the past, right? They've done multiple versions in the past, so you never know. That would be really cool. But even if they didn't, I think I'll be pretty satisfied with this one, right?
Oh, no, I'd definitely be satisfied.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is just another Marvel villain to add to the collection, because like I said, we don't get enough villain representation as far as figures. It's always usually the good guys that you get the figures of. So anytime that they drop us a villain, whether it be from the movies, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, I'm all for it just because, we don't get enough of the bad guys. So you got to show the bad guys love too, because without the bad guys, you wouldn't have the good guys.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I like the strong villain representation in my collection too. I totally agree with that. That's why I'm putting the Sinister Six together, because I think it's going to look incredible, especially with all those Spideys we got. Oiler's always dropping the great quotes. Guys, Zoolander 1 is one of my favorite films, dude. It's how do we expect children to learn if they can't learn to read if they can't even fit in the building? I love it.
Is this some kind of sick joke?
Right. Dude, that the first Zoolander, that's a classic, dude. I know the second one wasn't too hot, but the first one, dude, so good, man.
The only cool part about Zoolander 2 was the beginning when Justin Bieber gets lit up.
Oh yeah, that was funny when they just pelted him with bullets. Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm sure everybody was really happy about that. But yeah, well said. And it's funny. I want to point this comment out from 8-Bit Flea because a figure that gets a lot of hate is that first Electro figure. Obviously, everybody hated the design, but that head sculpt's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it does look like Jamie Foxx. Obviously, we don't like the character design. The No Way Home design was a much better design, but it was a good head sculpt, to be fair. I think they did a good job on that. So yeah, obviously it makes it a lot easier too when they do the blue skin. It kind of it kind of hides their crimes a little bit. You know,
they used the material. They used what they were given and tried to make the best out of dog poop.
Yeah, that's true. They did a good job on the figure. It's just a shame that the design was so bad. Yes,
but the head sculpt, you're right. The head sculpt was on point, especially for it being as old as it is.
Yep, they did a good job, and it's funny. A lot of people like started paying like buku bucks for that when the No Way Home movie came out, and then obviously we got another version of Electro. I don't know why people thought that was a good idea. And it's kind of the same with the Zod situation, right? That's already kind of to start to die down because. I mean, it's possible they'll do a Zod again because they're already merchandising Zod. We're seeing 6-inch figures, Funko Pops, and stuff. So, you know, it's possible to do another Zod. So it is funny how people jump on that, though. But moving on to Owen. Owen, what are your thoughts on this figure as a whole? And particularly the head sculpts, too. I want to hear your thoughts on it because obviously that's always a big topic of conversation concerning how expensive these figures are. What are your thoughts on this figure, man?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Ryan. I haven't actually seen the film yet. I'll probably just wait for Disney Plus, but the figure itself looks really good. I like the wide cape. That's a nice touch. I mean, we'll see if that's actually a good cape. Maybe it'll be like the Black Suit Superman. But the material on the suit's kind of weird. It's like the Mysterio one, right?
That's what it looks like to me. I think that's a good comparison. It does look like. So I will say the Mysterio suit is known to get damaged by the grabber and stuff. So
I thought that exactly there. I wouldn't know where you'd put that crotch grabber or the waist grabber there because like you can't use it on the belt, and if you use it on any of that green material, I think it'll damage it.
Yeah,
kind of awkward. But both those head sculpts are awesome. I actually think the unmasked one, the non-blue one, is like. Really, really well done for having rolling eyes. It doesn't look like it has rolling eyes. Sometimes I think they look a bit bug-eyed with the rolling eyes, but that one they've seemed to.
It's very
well.
like close to the sockets. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I totally agree. It doesn't have that bug eye effect. And we're gonna take some close-up looks. Maybe when we move on to Lane, we'll pull up the sculpt. But yeah, you'll see that in the close-up shots. It's definitely really solid, dude. I agree.
But I saw Creed 3, and I really like Jonathan Majors in that, and I kind of want to get this figure just because of.
That happens, doesn't it, dude? It happens. I mean, like even people that didn't like Black Adam, for example, they're stoked to get a 6-scale
Dwayne Johnson.
Of The Rock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So it happens, man. I
still
got
him and Killmonger.
Yeah, exactly. Another one 8-Bit Flea pointed out is Yondu. We can't forget about Yondu, one of the best head sculpts Hot Toys has ever done. Definitely can't forget about Yondu.
Or in Blue Man Group.
Yeah. Has there been any like official Blue Man Group figures?
I doubt
I'm sure there's third party. We got a $20 a 20 Malaysian ringgit donation from Kumar. Thank you so much, Kumar. Very much appreciated, dude. I always say this, but Kumar is one of my first supporters. So to still have you around, dude, is absolutely amazing. Kumar says, hello, everyone. Hope all of you guys are doing great. Managed to catch you guys live after a few weeks. Keep rocking. Well, it's great to have you here, dude. It's always a pleasure to see you here. You're one of the most positive people in the community I have ever met. So it's absolutely incredible to have you here. Great seeing you. And I can't wait to talk some figures with you in the chat, man. Bantha Boy says Howie is a baddie for not giving us all the baddies we deserve. And Bantha also agrees.
Wait. No one's doing anything special for Kumar.
We don't have it yet. We're
what do you mean we don't have it yet? We have people here who could just do something right now.
We're in construction. We're under construction.
I did a geeking out there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hello, Kumar, and thank you for your super chat. We're here at the Hot Toys Hotline, where we appreciate your initiative to throw out money to Connor. I mean, Hot Toys Hotline. As much as he enjoys all those funds, it will go to a charitable organization, i.e., himself, and he will enjoy the content
Let's pull it back
for himself from you that you help to provide. Remember, it's not just about you, and it's not even about us. It's about him.
There you go. Way to make me look like a total jerk, Sean. Appreciate you, man.
I could do that. You want me to start again?
I mean, if he's going to be a jerk, I mean, at least the rest of us could throw some love out there, right?
Yeah, No, but seriously, Kumar, thank you.
Jerk face.
Oh, I do. Exactly. Lane, will you do the goats?
Lane's got to do the gritty. Come on now. All right, yeah, and also apparently I have to play the goats. Hey, we're not. That's Nate's signature. I can't do the goats. We're leaving that to Nate.
Okay. Well, then what can we do?
Goat screen.
We're working on it, Sean. As I said, we're under construction.
You've had like a thing, what, like how long now?
We're not going to talk about that, Sean. We're not going to talk about that. But we are going to talk about Fat
This
Batman.
is not the time,
here.
nor the place to be discussing this.
Exactly. And Fat Batman's here, so we got to say what's up to Fat Batman. He says, "What's up, everyone? Kang order. Congrats, dude. That's awesome."
I thought he said Krang.
Oh, dude, I can't. Come on, Hedge. I can't do the orange justice, dude. I'm not good at dancing. You can't. I have a dance clip. We're gonna use the dance clip, but it's not the orange justice. I'm not good at dancing, dude.
Do the Macarena.
All right, Sean. I'm not that old. Come on, man. You got to do the Macarena.
Why do I guys do the Macarena? I'm doing the voiceover.
You suggested it. All right, we're moving on to Lane. Lane. I've got pulled up here our friend that always does the comparison shots of kind of the movie stills next to the figure. As you're seeing these next to each other, kind of share your thoughts. Thing. So, and now in the movie, I have not seen it either.
Yeah, I have,
because I really just have not been able to find time to go see it. But it's coming to Disney Plus, I think early April, right, or mid-April, something like that. They put the date out. I don't know exactly what date, but maybe CMB can share with us since you've seen the film. This is like a face shield in the film, right? That goes over his face.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
It's like it lights up. It's basically like an armor thing. It just protects him.
So
no, but I've seen it too.
So you've seen the film. Okay, so Lane, in terms of the color difference, can you explain to us the color difference between what you see here from the movie still and what you see from Hot Toys? Like,
well, two things. A is because it kind of does look like facial paint markings or something like that, like battle, tattoos or something, like a little bit, just the way the head sculpt looks there versus where it's actually part of kind of the shield and stuff like that covering his face to give him a little bit more of the traditional comic looking Kang the Conqueror look. Right. But it was a lighter blue than because that just from the picture, it looks kind of almost like an aquamarine-ish kind of color to it almost. But I think they put up already noticed, didn't they? Someone you can tell me in either one of the pictures or on the listing that they are adjusting the color.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. So they acknowledge that they think the color is incorrect.
I may be mistaken on that, but I thought that they had something saying that they were going to be adjusting the paint colors already. But if someone in chat or something has seen that, I thought I read something that they were already going to be changed, kind of like how they had some kind of, like they did for the Ant-Man facial sculpt, they said this isn't the final thing. I mean, even though it is slightly different, if I knew nothing about the movie and just saw the figure, I would still say it looks like Kang. Yeah. Maybe it's not quite purple-ish enough. But it's Kang. He's Kang the Conqueror for as much as you can get the big helmet and face of his, in real life, basically, versus a comic design. I think the figure looks outstanding. Like, I think the facial sculpt too and everything. My only issue ever sometimes with the movies is we seem to see always too much time with the actor's face, not behind. What we complain about sometimes still with Star Wars and stuff sometimes or other things. It's like, why are we seeing all the faces of the actors, but why aren't we seeing, Spider-Man wearing his mask the entire time or something? Because that's, he's hiding his identity. He's a superhero, or that just, that's a caveat you have to make because they want to show off the actors' faces because that's what's going to attract sometimes. It'd be like if Donnie Yen was playing a character and,
right. If Donnie Yen was masked, everybody's not going to be as excited as seeing their favorite actor. Like they know it's him, his face is there.
For sure. Or if he's in a fight choreographed scene, they want to see, even though we can deepfake into other stuff now these days, but they want to see him physically there, tell it's him, not that it, if he's partially covered up or got a hoodie over his head, covering 3/4 of his view, the camera views, they could be like, well, what if they were using a stunt body double actor for a couple of these action scenes? As much as we can, we want to think it's the guy doing whatever they're doing in the scene. Right. But I think that facial sculpt looks really good.
If you had to give it a rating, Lane, what would you say for this sculpt right here?
Right here? Oh, I would probably say...
I'll get a little closer for you. Here you go.
I would say I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. I don't know if I can give a 10 out of 10 for a real life facial sculpt or something because it's got to be the person, basically.
Yeah. And Ryan was saying the same thing. And I do see what Ryan's saying. Like you have to account for the degradation between the prototype and the final product. So,
but it's a 8.8. It's an 8.8 to 9 out of 10. we've had this year, we've had some really good facial sculpts from Hot Toys for the prototypes, and some final ones like the one I think we'll talk about later, the Mando Luke. I think they nailed this one. The light up one, I think that one's, for being a more comic accurate guy, that would probably be the one I would use, because that makes him look a little bit more special to me. He looks like the villain, but I think the costume is great. Like, they nailed his look. Like, if you want a Kang the Conqueror, he may come back in a different form or slightly different look, 5 years from now, in Kang Dynasty or something like that. But I think this is a really cool figure, even if you don't like Ant-Man Quantumania, or honestly, if you don't even see the movie necessarily, I think this is a figure you could consider picking up, or, in secondary market, even after it comes out years from now, if you want to have like just a fill out of villains, or you want to have the main villain for this entire quote saga that we're in, you could do worse. I think that what would you guys say of the Ant-Man figures we've seen so far? Do you guys think this is the best one?
I mean,
the Wasp is very good.
I think it's hard to say like what is the best, right? Because this one has, in my opinion, Kang has the most complicated suit. And I do think in terms of accuracy of the head sculpt, we haven't seen the true Scott Lang head sculpt, because obviously they said they're redoing that. So, but real quick, guys, I did put up a poll. Guys, you should be proud of me. I did put up the poll without Ryan reminding me. But the poll says hashtag Kang Gang or Bang Bang. So Bang Bang is obviously no. But if you're hashtag Kang Gang, if you think this is a pickup, vote yes. And if it's a Bang Bang, we ain't getting it. Drop a no, guys. I want to hear what people have to say about this figure. Also, guys, if you want to drop your personal rating, we have some people saying their ratings here in the chat. Real quick, though, CSI has reminded me we never sent Sean the WD-40 to oil his chair. And CSI is saying, how about every donation we just have Nightmare move in his chair? I mean, I think eventually he might wear down on the chair significantly where he won't be able to use it anymore. But I don't think
you guys even hear it right now. Because
not
I'm
right
moving
now.
it right now.
Not right now. Maybe you oiled it up. He got his little oil can out. And Fat Gadget also says that the neck and face markings are all wrong. I guess you're talking about the blue skull.
I was going to say that the blue doesn't even look like the one in the movie.
Again, I haven't seen the movie.
So no. That picture that you guys had is not what it looks like in the movie.
Right, that's what I'm.
Art. In the
I know
movie,
it's concept art, but is that what he looks like in the movie?
No, in the movie, his scars are the things that actually light up.
So it's accurate to Hot Toys.
Yeah, the Hot Toys one is accurate to the movie.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that was comic art. I just assumed that's what he was in the movie. Like,
yep. CMB is very much right, and the color is correct as well. Actually, hold on one second.
When the face shield goes up, you see just his scars light up.
Oh, all right.
Not
that
like
makes
the
more
intricate
sense.
designs that you see in the looks like concept art movie poster. It's not that intricate. It's literally just his scars light up.
All right, that makes
Let me pull this up really quick so I can support CMB's point. Again, I have no skin in the game because I haven't seen the movie, but what I'm looking at here looks like CMB is correct, and also it looks like the color is correct to me as well. So maybe it's just that concept art photo that's being used that's throwing people off, but that looks pretty correct to me. I mean, just what I'm seeing here. Of course, this photo is a little blurry, but you could see the color is correct, and as CMB was saying, the scars. They are lighting up here. I will say that when I look at that concept art, that is a bit cooler than just the scars lighting up.
Yeah, the concept art looks a lot cooler, but it's like Lane said, the concept art is more designed towards the comic look than actually what we got in the movie. Especially if you bring up the photos where he's actually shooting his power beams out of his arms, you'll see that it's actually just the scars that light up, and it's not some intricate design. So it is it is accurate.
Thanks for pointing that out, because again, I didn't know. I haven't seen the film yet, so I'm just going based off of what I'm seeing here. But
I just put something in the Facebook chat. It's quite a close-up picture of his face.
All right, let me see. Owen coming in clutch as him and his buddy are talking about luscious lips in the chat. Oh, here we go. This is a very close picture.
And then there's another one with his scars lit up, like what CB was saying.
Oh, yes. This is actually what I want to look at. Let's pull this one up. So look at this one, guys. This kind of puts it in perspective. This is the one that CMB was talking about. So yeah, I mean that looks pretty good.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Although I think he looks a little goofy in that picture.
Yeah, he definitely
looks like a Shark Boy and Lava Girl, the
I mean, that's where they got their inspiration, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you guys pointed that out because I wasn't sure. Because again, I haven't seen the film yet, but I want to pull up where am I? Let me see if I can find my photos here. I had some close-up shots of the sculpt. Oh, here we go. So we have some even closer shots of the sculpt here. And again, shout out to MRC because I really can't stress enough. He's really doing us a service as a community with these photos because it's so great to see. I mean, look how freaking clear these photos are, man. I mean, you could see down to every little detail here on the sculpt, and that scarring is just so present. I imagine lit up, that's going to look pretty fantastic. Of course, like the battery powered thing's a little upsetting, but you never know. I mean, they may decide to change it down the future. Oh, we have Big Dog Pound in the house saying, "Woo! What's up, Big Dog Pound? I hope you're doing well, bro. Good to see you as always." And 8-Bit Flea says, "I give both heads a 9. Might get 3 to form the Blue Man Group." You guys are obsessed with the Blue Man Group tonight. Peyton says a 9.5. That's a very generous score. Again, for me, it's a 9. Oh, Avatar. Yeah, dude, we can't forget about Avatar. No Nerve. I'm sure you don't know this because you're just here messing with your buddy, but they actually did do Avatar figures and they are blue. So good guess there, man. You don't like that the hair looks like plastic. Well, hey, they are plastic. So you got to give it to them. I guess that's accurate, right? The batteries are whack. We want USB power for everything, man. But moving on to Sean. Sean, we got the HD photos pulled up of the sculpt and everything here. What are your thoughts on Kang, dude?
So I haven't seen the movie yet, but it looks good for the most part. Looking at the pictures, though, the material, I'm kind of concerned about.
Yeah, and we can kind of get a close-up here of that material. Let me see if there's a better... Here we go.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned. I'm wondering if even if the way you like grab it, if you grab from the waistline, if possible, like your own finger and everything moving it, if it'll start to like brush like some stuff off of it. I don't know. It just looks like it would be sensitive material.
It does, and it looks kind of thin in this area as well. It almost, you know what it almost kind of looks like in this picture? It almost looks like some like sneaker material here. Like that you see on like a toe box, like some patent leather or something. That's what it looks like here. So I imagine it probably will crease when you're bending the torso. So don't know if it's going to be the best one with that grabber. That's just my personal thought on it. But I mean, I think it at least looks good though, right?
It reminds me of like the sweatshirts when it has that weird plasticky logos that they usually put on. That,
I know what you're talking about.
You know, and after like a couple of washes, it starts to crack and break off into pieces.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like most of our 1980 sweatshirts that we had.
Exactly what
Rest
I
in
was
peace.
talking about. Yep, exactly.
I mean, for the most part, it looks good. I'm not getting it just because I'm not really collecting a lot of Marvel anymore. I haven't seen the movie either, but overall, the head sculpt's really good. I would give it at least a 7, maybe an 8.
Do you think the lips are luscious, Sean, like Owen?
You know, Owen can like those lips as much as he wants. I mean, it's not something I judge a character with.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, he's not compared to Angelina Jolie. All right, so let's just go.
Yeah, but surprisingly, that figure's not selling really well, man. The Angelina Jolie figure from the Eternals.
That's because that's anorexic Jolie.
But I think he's overall. I mean, it's a good likeness from what I've seen, like previews and pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think so
they
too.
took the time to do it and get it done right. The color combination of the actual normal and helmeted sculpt looks pretty good. They didn't make them too dark on that. Around the eyes and everything actually looks really good as well. I'm concerned on when the arms move and everything, what's going to happen with that for people who buy it and collect.
Yeah.
But overall, you know, it's whoever gets it, you know, they're probably going to be happy. I would just hope that my theory on basically the clothing on the torso and the arms is going to be wrong. You know, they'll have.
You can kind of see it here pinched a little bit. And again, I just see it. I see it doing the same thing that like Captain Marvel's suit does. Same thing. It gets pinched in those joints.
But who knows? Maybe it won't be that bad.
I agree.
Or maybe, Marvel movies will start realizing what Hot Toys collector needs and start making, the costumes and everything to fit what we want.
Yeah, I agree.
But
hopefully
that would be great.
Hopefully, dude. We can only hope that they're going to start using better materials. Real quick, Fag Gadget, I just want to say, dude, don't beat yourself up. I didn't personally know the difference either because I haven't seen the film. So the most important thing, if you get something wrong, is just learning, and admitting I'm wrong sometimes. Everybody's wrong sometimes, so don't beat yourself up, dude. Because again, I didn't know either. I didn't know if that was accurate or not because I haven't seen the film. So don't beat yourself up, bro. But another thing I wanted to bring up, Sean, while we're still talking about Kang, is the MODOK tease. I'm very curious, and we can kind of have an open discussion on this before we move on to our next topic. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think about the likelihood of seeing this figure. Me personally, I mean, I could see this being like a power pose. Obviously, you could see here. I would say the arms and the legs are probably going to be the most posable aspect on them. And a thing I'm definitely curious about, and I'm kind of leaning towards the end of it's not going to happen, is if that faceplate is removable to reveal the actual flesh face underneath. And I think it'd be kind of difficult if this is not photoshopped and truly what the figure is going to look like with the light up eyeballs. I don't know if they'd be able to do like a swap out faceplate, unless they did some sort of clever technology where it plugs in from the back of the faceplate. I don't know, because a lot of people would ask, like, do you think we'll actually get like the actual face underneath? And I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that, because I wasn't really sure how to answer that, because I'm like, I don't know how they would engineer that. But again, this is like an open discussion.
Sorry, what did you say? Look at the faceplate, right? Look at the faceplate on the edge. You see how you have the line that goes around the face, and then you have the heart monitor. Off. You could just pull that piece off and then put the actual real flesh head sculpt in, like a pop in, pop out.
Well, my question, right? My question was for the specifically doing that. I understand that part, but the lights, because if this does actually have lights in the eyes, which I imagine it will.
If the head's that big, then you could it's probably going to be like behind it, like, because obviously when you clip it in, you won't see where the battery port is, and then it's probably going to be battery operated, not USB. But then, like, you turn on the switch, and then
it could be USB,
and then put the head in, type of deal.
So you think maybe there'll be some sort of electrical connection on the back of the head sculpt that completes the circuit?
Like, could be like a little magnet one.
It could be like, let's say,
like those maybe copper coils, like something like that. They could like probably USB, use that technology.
Right?
Yeah,
USB. It'd be like the Miles figure, where the USB is in the back of the body, and then you hide it, right? And then what it'd be is, like, you see when you connect, like the lightsaber, like when you connect the blade to the hilt, how it has the prongs that meet the connection on the inside of the hilt. They could do something like that, where the head has the prongs and then the body has the connector piece. So when it meets, it makes contact.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I was just kind of curious what you guys would think about some engineering on that, because obviously, I mean, we know with, like, for example, Iron Man, they've done that where, like, the arms can swap out and then it completes the circuit when the arm is plugged in. But obviously those are metal, so it's a bit easier to do. But I don't think it's completely out of the question. But how cool would that be? Like,
they could have some like connector pieces.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
I'd rather just see the armored face, honestly, because I don't want that goofy Darren face. Like, I'd just be cool with just this face, as long as we got, like, when he pulls out all his weapons, the rocket launchers and the blasters and all that. I'd be cool for all that, even if it is, because obviously it is going to be a power pose.
Yeah.
But as long as they include all the weapons with him, I'd be happy with just the armored up face. I don't need the other flesh one.
Yeah.
He looks quite cheap, though, I think. If that's actually what it looks like. I think it looks very plasticky.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I want to see more photos. I do get what you're saying, though. I mean, I think it's the nature partially of the colors of them. It doesn't lend itself well to looking like real metal or something.
But even the purple on Kang, I think, looks more realistic and metal-y than the purple on.
Yeah, I do want to see more from them. I'm very curious, but I still think it's really cool that they're even teasing this. If they end up doing it, I think a lot of people would be pretty happy.
I'd be surprised if they pull that one out.
I would be too, just because we haven't even received the Cassie figure yet. But I'll never say never. I mean, I could see them doing it because it seems like a pretty easy figure for them to produce, especially if it's like a power pose where only the arms and legs move. Like
a random King Shark that they made.
Exactly. Yeah. But Kumar says, I haven't watched the movie and not a big Marvel fan, but in terms of the figure, I think it's good. Anywhere from an 8.5 to a 9. The skin tone for the darker skin is rather hard to replicate, and it's good here. And I agree. I think they did a great job kind of matching Jonathan Major's skin tone. I think it looks pretty fantastic.
What if they were to do for putting out this guy as, like you guys were saying, a power pose, since we haven't seen the Cassie Lane figure, because she's actually would be a pretty small one, you know, considering how short she is and everything.
Or smaller, slender body. Yeah.
Yeah. What if they put them together?
Like a little 2-pack
style thing. Wouldn't that kind of make sense in some ways, possibly?
It would be really cool, but you know, it's like a lot of these obvious 2-packs, and we talk about this often. A lot of the obvious 2-packs don't happen, you know, and I think a lot of it, and CMB has kind of mentioned this before, is price, right? I think Hot Toys is thinking to themselves like, wow, like world situation is not great right now. A lot of people don't have as much money to spend. Maybe a 2-pack isn't the best idea, and it sucks because I love 2-packs, dude, and I would agree, Lane. That would be a really cool 2-pack.
To me, that makes sense for putting these out with almost a 2-pack, because I think individually, I mean, just because Ant-Man is not bombed, but his
it bombed
and stuff.
Yeah, it didn't do very well.
Well, it's made $463 million. I don't consider that a bomb.
It's certainly doing better than Shazam, but Shazam had a $30 million opening weekend. So
yeah,
but if you think of it like the T1000, it's not really a 2-pack. It's like a diorama accessory, I guess. They could pull that.
I mean, I certainly think it's something that could happen. It's just I don't have faith in the 2-pack. I've lost my faith in the 2-packs right now for most stuff, because it's like the 2-pack that I was sure to myself, I'm like, they're going to do a 2-pack was R2 and C-3PO from Attack of the Clones. When I didn't see that as a 2-pack, I'm like, I get it. It's expensive because you got a die-cast figure in play, but I'm like, the Nightmare Batman 2-pack wasn't very cheap either, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. I was certainly expecting a 2-pack for that one, but at the very least, I could see it happening.
They're classing like a DX21 as a 2-pack.
And it's the timing, like how you brought up, like given what's going on right now, like economic wise, it's not viable to do a 2-pack because, you know, a lot of people don't have the money to afford to just drop it on a 2-pack when they could just get one figure or another figure or both, you know. So you got to look at it as a company trying to see what's viable. Like, would it make sense for us to do a 2-pack and hope that everybody bought the amount that we're trying to get to, you know, keep everything going, or do we just do solos here and there so that way we can keep the basically the assembly line moving? So
yeah,
you gotta look at it that sense. I mean, as collectors, it'd be like, hell yeah, give us 2-packs, but then as a company, you got to think to yourself, like, if we did release a 2-pack, how many do we think, honestly, given the current situation, would actually sell worldwide? You know,
exactly.
Do we bite the bullet? And you know, that's what they're asking themselves. Do we bite the bullet and pray that we get what we want, or do we look at this realistically and say, hey, you know, just because of everything going on, we need to make sure that we're bringing in money as opposed to being hopeful and wanting things to happen our way?
Like the perfect example, right, of looking at a 2-pack. Return of the Jedi, Han Solo, and Chewbacca. Perfect 2-pack right there. Everyone will buy it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's one you could look at it and you're like, the vast majority of people, they're like, look, I'm not spending $1,200+ on that A New Hope version. I'm getting that 2-pack, whatever it takes. You know what I mean? So I agree. And that's certainly, Sean, that's certainly a good point, because like when you look at, and granted, this is for people that are fans of both franchises, because I know some people don't like Star Wars, some people aren't big into Marvel, but let's say you're a fan of both franchises and you're like, Cassie Lang, MODOK 2-pack, or Han Solo and Chewbacca 2-pack, which is the easier pill to swallow and the easier way to be like, I'm gonna throw my money at that. You know, most people are going to agree. Exactly. Most people are going to agree. Like, yeah, I'd throw money at a Han and Chewie. So yeah, it also does depend on, and Cigars kind of touched on this, like what the pack is and what they're willing to take a risk on. Like they'd be much more willing to say, you know what, people are going to buy a Han and Chewie 2-pack. We know for sure they're going to do that. So it really does depend on what it is too, you know, and especially because Marvel's not in the best place right now. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I would love to see this. And let me see. I want to pull up a comment right here. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find the comment, but someone said, like, I don't know how long someone want to display this MODOK. The thing is, there is also that MODOK show, and I feel like people that are fans of that show and they collect 6-scale stuff, like this is their best opportunity to get a MODOK. So I do see a fan base for this figure. I really do, and especially if people are fans of this film, you know. Or again, if you just collect baddies, like this is another baddie to throw in your collection. So I could certainly see people picking this one up. And again, if it's power pose, it'll probably be relatively inexpensive, because I've said this many times, guys. that King Shark figure is such a sleeper, man. Like for $220, and then you can get a deal on it. There's plenty of places you can get a deal on it right now. That is such a fantastic figure. It really is, man. And I don't want to make light of that because Power Pose often puts a bad taste in people's mouth. And I think the main reason that is because they did a Power Pose Hulkbuster, right? And then you look at that versus the incredible Hulkbuster Deluxe that's fully posable, really as posable as it can be. And I think that's the reason a lot of people have that stigma about Power Pose. But when done right and the details are good, they're still pretty fantastic. And like King Shark, if you guys are considering that one, it's such a fantastic figure. It really is. It's posable in the ways that it needs to be, in my opinion. I have no issues with how it's kind of sculpted in place, if that makes sense. So yeah,
I can vouch.
Yeah, because your son has it, right? And it's a fantastic figure, dude.
I got
really
it for
is.
my kid, because I was like, I don't want it. I'm not going to get it. It's whatever. And then when he unboxed it and I was looking at it and helping him put it into his DTOF, I was like, you know what? Damn it. I want this figure now.
Yeah, it's really good, man. Here's another one from Kumar. 2-packs, Echo and 5s, ARC Troopers. That's another one. It'll sell like hotcakes. You don't even have to sell it.
They don't even have to be ARC Troopers.
They could be phase 1s. It would sell like hotcakes. It doesn't matter what they are. Echo and 5s in a pack. I mean, I'd buy it. And you guys know I'm not the biggest phase 1 fan over phase 2, but if we got the phase 1 version, I'd day one pre-order that all day. Polo, that was one I was really hoping for. I love that look. It was a shame we didn't get that one. I mean, at least we got one of the cool looks from Thor Love and Thunder, but yeah, it's a shame we didn't get that one. But we're going to move on now to a very, very exciting topic that, again, I know a lot of people are really buzzing about right now. We got some John Wick Chapter 4 stuff coming, baby. This one obviously has us really excited, guys, because, I mean, yeah, we see John Wick standing there, and a lot of people were kicking themselves, including myself, even though I did end up getting it for a fair price on the secondary market. It took me a while to hunt that one down for a good price. But a lot of people missed out on this first John Wick, and seeing that we're getting one here that obviously is probably going to be quite the upgrade because, me personally, just looking at the suit, though the first one is nicely tailored, this is like expertly tailored from Hot Toys. Like the suit is very close to his body. It fits the curvature of the figure very well. I'm really excited for this one, guys. And I want to hear everybody's thoughts in the chat too. Who's picking up this John Wick duo? Even just one or the other, who's picking this up? I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts because for me, guys, I mean, this was a miracle to wake up to. I mean, obviously we knew they were coming. Hot Toys told us like, hey, we got some stuff coming from John Wick. And we told you guys when Hot Toys originally worded this saying they acquired the IP, they mentioned multiple figures. And we predicted, obviously, that Donnie Yen was going to be one of them because not only is he a fan favorite, but it seems like Hot Toys likes Donnie Yen a lot as well because they did such a fantastic job on that turret figure. I mean, such a fantastic job. That head sculpt is really, really good. So I can't even imagine how good this one's going to be. And I kind of want to have an open discussion on this one as well to talk about these figures. But and one of you guys can comment on this or multiple of you, but when I'm looking at the lower half, at least from what we could see for John Wick, when I'm looking at the jaw and the jaw line and the hair, this looks like a new sculpt to me. Obviously we can't see the whole thing, so we're just speculating, but what are you guys' thoughts? Do you guys think this is a new sculpt on the John Wick?
The hair is definitely new.
100%.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 100%.
I compared it to the Johnny Silverhand one and the Neo and the new Neo. It's different.
And the beard looks like it has more detail to it than the first one. The first one didn't have as much. Even though the first one, you could see it was his beard. It didn't have the same kind of texture this one does have. This one looks.
It's got some grays in there as well, I think.
Yeah, you can see it on the chin. You can see the white hairs in his chin.
Yeah, I love the hair too on the John Wick on the new one.
I just want to show you guys. You can see this is the Johnny Silverhand. So look at that jawline and the hair.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Pull the
100% different.
Yeah,
like that's significantly different, and the hair just looks more natural, right? It doesn't look as static. Like I love this Johnny Silverhand figure, but the hair is very static looking. It doesn't have as much life to it, and I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I'm liking the stray strands of hair because I mean, when John Wick's fighting in a lot of the scenes, he's sweaty as hell, right? Because he's going ham. So it makes a lot of sense for the hair to be loose and kind of free flowing like that.
I always thought that was weird on the original one as well. He's got like the blood on his face, but his hair's like just been combed. It's kind of odd. I hope we can swap it to some with some strands coming down. That'd be my ideal. If you could pop off the hair and swap it with a different one, that'd be nice.
That would be really cool. But it's funny you point that out because as much as I love that first figure, and a lot of us on the panel have that figure, the hair is very kind of static, right? And it's like you said, I mean, it's very much like kind of combed in place and slicked back in a way.
That's the only thing that kills it for me for that figure.
Yeah.
Also, the texture on this one's like way different, right? Can you see the sort of honeycomb pattern on the actual suit?
Yeah, so this is a different suit, but man, the detail, dude, it looks incredible.
It looks like he's got like a snakeskin suit.
I know, I love it. And then as Cigars was pointing out before the stream, Cigars is really hoping for that white shirt look. Because obviously the first figure we got was the black shirt underneath.
Yeah, Baba Yaga.
And Cigars and I were talking about, like, how amazing is this going to look, Cigars, with the original and this one next to each other?
Yeah, it's going to look awesome. It was like Nate called me because he was on his way to go see John Wick 4, and he was like, Cigars, you got your wish, man. You got the white shirt John Wick coming.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is going to be so incredible. And a lot of people are theorizing, and Cigars had also brought this up when we were talking about it earlier, like, guys in the chat, and we had somebody bring it up as well, but who sees a 2-pack for this? I mean, if we're talking about possible 2-packs, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't know. This may be our 2-pack that we're getting soon.
Take my 550.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I mean, and Lane, you're a big fan of Donnie Yen, like a lot of us are. So I mean, it's really tempting, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, from what we were, I would say that because I've been like really examining like what hot toys I still might, because I had, you guys remember back in like into January, I was kind of like, oh my god, there's like one new release a week. I can't do this like thing. I don't want to get like 15 figures ordered, in the first 15 weeks or something. So like I made some hard looking at like hot toys could be announced later this year that I was going to do. Like I really considered, I think I'm not going to get any Mando season 3 figures, but I'm trying to keep myself to 40 to Return of the Jedi, like focus kind of. But if they do both these guys actually do come for pre-order, and I really like John Wick 4, I'm probably going to have to get them.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
agree.
not John Wick by himself. I can put him with somebody else, either back to back or
with Donnie Yen, dude. Kane, his character Kane. Like, come on now.
No, I know all the reviews have been great. I still have to see the movie and really like it.
Oh, of course, right. See if you actually like it yourself.
Because these guys might take 2 slots I might use for like a Star Wars figure or something, which is my primary hot toys focus. So. But if the movie's really awesome and I really like both characters, like I couldn't just get Kane by himself or this version of John Wick by himself. I think if you're gonna get one, you really got to get the other one.
They belong together. Just had to hit you with that. But I agree. Yeah, I agree, dude.
12-inch Mood Dream says 600 for a 2-pack, no deals for anybody.
I think they're gonna come in cheaper, personally.
It's John Wick. I'd still pay it. I don't care.
I would too.
I got my Hot Toys Keanu shrine going. So.
Exactly, dude. We got to keep it going, CMB. You and I have been working on that Keanu shrine. We got to keep it going.
Hell, I even got the Blitzway Bill and Ted figure. So.
You do, yeah.
You know what though? I bet it would be 600 for a 2-pack, and
if you give in, like
probably
things have gone up, because I mean, the last 2-pack was Nightmare Batman Superman. That was what, 520, 525.
Boba Fett also.
Yeah, Boba Fett. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're around that price. I could see this 550. That's what I could see.
There's no.
Yeah, but I mean, if we add in tax and shipping, we're looking at.
Well, yeah, right. Prior to tax and shipping, 550. Yeah, for sure.
No, but I'm just saying, like if it was a 2-pack and you couldn't get them single, they would charge 600.
Well, there is the likeness thing. This is Keanu Reeves and Donnie Yen. So this is like, especially in the home territory, like 2 of the most popular actors that.
Yeah, but they're also they do fan service. They're not greedy.
Yeah,
like,
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu's not greedy. So
no, his first John Wick wasn't expensive. It was like 250, 260.
And it came with a bunch of crap, like so many guns,
exactly. Neo's 250 too.
Yeah, exactly. Neo.
And Neo was what, 2018? I think.
No, the new Neo.
No, the new Neo 250. Yeah, the new one's 250.
Keanu's definitely not greedy, so he's not
because he loves his fans. Yeah, he loves his fans. And Donnie Yen's the same way, man. He loves his fans.
How much was Chirrut?
Chirrut was like what, 2?
Because there was a deluxe and a regular. I don't remember.
I think the regular was like 220.
I think
220. 220 for the normal and 245 for the deluxe.
Well, I'm just saying this could be Hot Toys putting the extra quote.
They usually do the 2-packs a little bit cheaper.
Right, they do a bit of a discount on the 2-pack. Of course, this is before taxes and shipping, because the taxes and shipping, you're going in the 600 territory. But real quick, I want to say what's up to Matt one of our favorite moderators here, Matt. I hope you're doing well, bro. Good to see you. Matt says I could definitely see an exclusive 2-pack accessory if they do it to dude. And we've said that many times. They like to do that, right? They like to throw in an exclusive accessory, like Han and Chewie, for example, came with the heavy blaster. Though they had to release that in previous releases, it did come with the Han and Chewie 2-pack, which I thought was cool.
You know, it's a good example about the discount. Quill, if you buy Quill Solo and the Blurg Solo, it's a lot more expensive than if you were to get the Quill with the Blurg combo.
Yeah.
Yikes. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kaiju. September 2023.
Oh my god!
That's unfair.
What?
That's a robbery.
That's a VPN.
I know.
You probably
right?
gotta get it like.
Yeah, I need to hook up my VPN. And I'm just gonna go find a torrent and I'm gonna download it.
Right, Kaiju's getting his Fire Stick, bro. He's loading up that Fire Stick, bro.
There you go.
Kumar says Keanu is much older now, so need to see the actual face sculpt to compare with the previous one. Totally agree. But as Connor said, the bottom half looks great. And yeah, of course, we're being fans right now, right? Because we're literally looking at this much of his face. So it's like,
Although Hot Toys does older sculpts better.
they do. I'm telling you right now, we haven't obviously talked about Churret, or I'm calling him Churret now, but we haven't talked about Donnie Yen much. But we're gonna talk about Donnie Yen a little bit. But dude, I got to be honest with you. I think Donnie Yen is going to be like probably an absolutely fantastic head sculpt. They wouldn't do Donnie Yen dirty. They wouldn't. They wouldn't.
No.
And just like they wouldn't do Keanu dirty, you know.
China.
Yeah,
He's
so
a
it's
legend.
like he's very beloved to them, so they're gonna do their damnness. Not that they don't for all their sculpts, but
Dude, I guarantee
But they
you
don't
it's
for
the
all their
same-
sculpts.
right.
I bet you
They
it's the
don't. They
same
certainly
team
don't.
Doing Tony Liu. I bet you it's the same team that's doing Donnie Yen. It's going to
Oh,
be
for
the same
sure.
team that did Tony Liu.
Oh,
So
for
you know
sure.
they're going to knock it out of the park.
Ryan, you can attest. I think the biggest accessory for me that would be like a must would be the holsters, like what Crow Customs does.
Well, that's if he uses that kind of stuff in the movie, because I know the last movie was kind of a culmination of John Wick 1 and Chapter 2. So he gave you a mix of everything. This one literally could be Chapter 3 and 4, because
Yeah.
But a culmination.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, it would make sense. And then the next John Wick you'll get is from chapters 5 and 6.
Oh,
You
gosh.
don't really need to do a John Wick for every movie, but the one thing you do need
But they should.
is you do need to have him with somebody else. That's kind of the only thing that sucked about the first John Wick, is that he posed so great that you do wish he had another companion piece to do like action sequences and stuff with, which is really cool.
I thought they were gonna make the the
Chapter
woman
5,
from Chapter 2.
Chapter
What's
5
that?
is going to be his last one. Keanu said Chapter 5 is
Yep.
his last one.
Remember
I heard
in,
differently. I said I heard that if 5 still is
No,
in
he said
CGL,
no. He said
would
he
do
wanted
6.
to keep
He said he would
doing
keep
it, but-
doing them until people
But
still
he
wanted
just,
him to
yeah,
do them.
but they,
Yeah,
they
that's what he
just
said.
they just interviewed him recently, and he said that more than likely, Chapter 5 is going to be his last one because it's
the
just
cigars
it's too
hurt.
much. It's too much on his body.
Well,
He
on
was
top of
hoping
that,
to
though,
do
he's
6.
also doing the TV show, though. Ballerina,
No, he,
too.
well, Ballerina, he's only going to do an appearance. It's
Yeah, well,
actually going to
still,
focus
but-
more on his, 'cause, the
Anadamus.
woman that runs that whole thing. That's
No,
his
I get
mom.
it, but nevertheless, he's got other stuff going on. So it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trevor from 1-6 Shooters here, and he's speaking facts, bro. He says, "Give me a Pulp Fiction set." Say what again? Yeah, dude, that would be incredible. Like an officially licensed Pulp Fiction set. There are some third-party options, but honestly, apart from like the really expensive customs, I haven't seen anything that like blew me away. So anything Tarantino, bro, I'll take any good Tarantino stuff, to be honest with you, because I'm a big fan of all his films. Kill Bill, that's another one. If they did an officially licensed Kill Bill, Uma Thurman, it'd be hard to say no to, dude. It really would. So I'm right there
Hey,
with you, bro.
Give
You
me
guys
a
remember
picture like
the
David
up-armored-
Carradine? What's
Right.
up?
The up armored men that are going in to the hotel
Oh yeah, to
and
fight
John Wick 3.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guys that look like they look like modern day samurai, but they got like all the hardcore armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and, they're shooting them multiple times and nothing's working. Yeah.
Yep.
Could you imagine Army building that if they made them?
That would be
I can
badass.
imagine you army building them.
Dude, I would
And then
buy
you could
like
have
2
Samurai
just for John
Wolverine
Wick.
fighting him
No.
with John Wick. Payton says 515 for that 2-pack, guys. That's what Payton says. Matt says, I'm going to touch on some comments real quick, guys. We're piling up and I want to read some. Matt says, well, if you sell both figures separately in a 2-pack, they include the exclusive accessory if you buy the 2-pack. If you see the movie, you would know what it would be. Okay, that's fair. I'm guessing, Matt, you were one of the first ones out of our friend group to see it. and I know you really enjoyed it, so I'm glad to hear it, man. Kumar says Keanu is not Cobb Vanth. You made my day. Yeah, that's true.
This is true.
All right, guys. Before we continue, Lane does have to go. He's feeling a bit under the weather, but we really appreciate you being here with us, Lane, and sticking through it with us. I hope you have absolutely a great night, Lane. It's great to have you here as always.
I couldn't miss out talking about after seeing the preview for this yesterday, and then that Kang and stuff. A
lot of good stuff, man.
Hot Toys is doing a lot of good stuff right now, keeping us in, and then of course, Star Ace has to occasionally pop out like Ghostface.
Opening the wounds, Lane.
A little bit there as well. As you guys probably are going to talk about a little bit later, that decent facial sculpt, but that very, very non-Carl Weathers Apollo Creed body.
Yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger body for Apollo Creed.
I was like, yeah, that'd be more better for the handshake Arnold than Carl Weathers from Predator. All right, guys, you have a good evening, everybody. Thank you in chat for joining us tonight, and I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you next week.
All right, you too. Take care, bro.
Feel better.
Okay, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Make good choices.
You beat him, Sean. You beat him. Peyton says Kill Bill figures. Yes, dude. I'd love to see some Kill Bill stuff. Trevor says from 16 Shooter says, I have the really expensive custom, but I think Hot Toys the Internet could do better now. Yeah, I mean, I think the custom you're referring to, I did see some photos of it, and that one's, I guess, a bit older now at this point. But yeah, I think even like a company like Mars Toys or So Toys, I mean, I think they would probably consider taking a stab at it eventually. But I'd love to see an officially licensed one. That would be awesome. Kumar says Donnie Yen, bad sculpt in Hong Kong and general East Asia is a big no, man. Hot Toys just doesn't risk that heat. Yeah, they don't want that smoke, dude. I know they don't want that smoke. So I think they're gonna do a great job. Yep. Kaiju says, wait, so he doesn't die in Chapter 4? Spoilers. Yeah, dude, you're gonna get spoiled like crazy. Wait until September, dude. You better just stay off the internet.
Everybody's gonna get spoiled after Friday, man. Well, even after tonight.
That's true. I've been pretty good at avoiding spoilers, but
I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid it. Because
it just hits you sometimes.
Yeah. Going Saturday.
I'm gonna go see it after this.
Nice. You got to let us know how it is, dude. Talking about John Wick, my thoughts with the family of Lance Riddick. Rest in peace. Yeah, dude, that's such a shame, man. I was so like disheartened to hear that. It's such a shame.
Dude, I would want a figure of him too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on Geeking Out. They should do it just to pay like a tribute to him.
Kind of like the
figure.
The Chadwick Boseman, them doing the legacy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like how they did the Black Panther reissue.
Mm-hmm. That'd be really
get him the shotgun and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That'd be really cool, man. It's such a shame.
He could come with the dog. Yeah.
Give him the pit bull because he's the one that watched the dog in part 2 and 3.
Ian says, I'm seeing it Saturday because I'm married and we need sitters. That's fair, man. I mean, priorities first, The movie's not going anywhere.
Dude, go see it once on your own and then go with your wife. She doesn't need to know.
Yeah, just like say, hey, I'm running a little late after work, Never know. I understand, like priorities, priorities first.
I need a wife. They're overrated.
If
you got a collection,
don't mind me,
you
guys.
don't need a wife.
I'm just jaded. I'm jaded. That's all.
I wanted to bring this
jaded
up.
together, yo.
Oh Lord, here we go. I wanted to bring this up real quick because a lot of people were like, "Why isn't the finger cut off of John Wick's left hand?" But it's like, dude, you can't even tell. His finger's curled up, right? It's going to be very unlikely, guys, that they leave off the cut finger. And
but Ryan and like we said, it was cut to the knuckle. He still had the first knuckle. He didn't cut the finger completely off. He cut
and it was his ring finger, right? So
there's still a nub there.
Yeah, so he still got the nub.
Yeah, it's a different sculpt too.
That's what the finger looks like. Yeah, it's very well. It's what it looks like without the finger.
Because he hasn't got the ring there, so it's a different sculpted hand. They wouldn't just give it a random hand.
Right. He's gonna have the finger cut off, guys. And even if, let's say he didn't, but obviously I think that's very unlikely. If he didn't, Ryan and I were talking about dude, just cut the finger off. If it really bothers you that much, which I don't know.
That's going to be a detail that they know that fans are going to be looking for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Finger.
For sure.
You know what though? That I could see that being a reason that somebody will use. They got all hyped up. They order it. Yeah, they didn't. His finger's not missing, so I'm just going to cancel it. And they're going to be excused.
You mean a tap out excuse?
No, you know what it's going to be? They're going to say they didn't cut the nub down exactly to the same inches that his is.
Right, they'll get the measuring tape.
Yeah, his is actually cut to 1 1/4 inches.
That's not 6 scale accurate.
this figure represents half an inch. It's off. It's not movie
cancel that
accurate. I
figure.
hate this figure. I hate it.
In art wouldn't make this mistake like Hot Toys did.
Don't open that.
Now I gotta
can of
wait for
worms.
the in art version.
In art would probably make a magnetized finger so I could take the figure on and off.
Yeah.
Tremble
I can't
said-
even fully pose
Wait,
on the stand for
you
Hot
forgot the
Toys.
rooted knuckle hair.
All
too.
right. We're not gonna do the in art stuff. We're not gonna do the in art stuff. Tremble does.
Yeah,
say
does
she
it come
wrote
with
back,
rooted knuckle hair though? I mean,
He
that's
is
important.
Wolverine. It's revealed in the movie. Dude, I must have. Was that like a director's cut or something to John Wick 3? I haven't seen that, dude. I haven't seen that one. He said no spoilers, please. Well, dude, I guess you haven't seen John Wick 3 at this point. My boy, some guy always dropping the links in the chat. We appreciate you, bro. But yes, guys, if you haven't already, head on over to the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group. I think we're like 7 members away from giving away another gift card. So if you guys like free money and want a chance to win a $25 gift card to the comic shop of your choice or sideshow or whatever, head on over to the Facebook group. And again, we have a great messenger chat over there. It's a lot of fun, so definitely head on over. But I do want to talk about Donnie Yen's character, Kane, here, because I'm really liking what I'm seeing. And without seeing the film, obviously, yet, this looks very true to Donnie Yen's proportions. It's kind of scary good, and you can even kind of tell from this angle. Not only that, I very much enjoy this kind of cane holding look, and I love the sculpted hand to hold on to the cane. Without seeing the movie again, I think this is probably how I'm going to pose mine. Hand on the cane with the gun out, guns blazing, maybe back to back with John, kind of like it is in here. I think this figure is going to be pretty awesome, dude. And again, looking at this figure, just like the John, like we mentioned earlier, I think this tailoring looks pretty fantastic, dude. And that's what we want to see, right? As prices are going up, you want to see better tailoring. You want to see better paint apps. You want to see better head sculpts. And I think Hot Toys is moving in the right direction. Of course, we're just going based off of a very kind of sneak peek photo that you can't really see the entirety of the figure. But it is kind of impressive to me, right? And I don't know if you guys kind of share the same sentiment where looking at the figure, even from an angle here, I can kind of tell that the tailoring is pretty solid on this, just based on what I'm seeing here in this photo. And I'm really, really excited to see them put out these prototype photos. And I kind of want a question I wanted to pose to you guys is, when do you foresee them kind of putting these figures up for pre-order? Do you think it's going to be like a bulk release? Let's say we don't get a 2-pack, or even if we do get a 2-pack, like when do you think the timing is right for this? Do you think they're going to put it out kind of in the beginning of the hype of this movie now that it's in theaters? Or do you think they're gonna be off with their timing like they sometimes are?
No, I think they're going to capitalize. I mean, the ticker starts right now when it could be tonight, honestly.
Yeah, I think sooner or later.
I think it's sooner.
I haven't. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Ryan.
No. I'm just saying it just the John Wick. It's really funny that the whole it's got such a cult following that like they don't even have to do next to any promotion on this thing, and like the movies, especially with the way the rate. I think the way that it's being received in terms of scores and everything like that. To me personally, it's stupid not to capitalize. Like I wouldn't be shocked if we woke up to these things being dropped tomorrow morning. Like I wouldn't be shocked about it, honestly. Maybe another week, but I personally wouldn't let it go too far. I can only see them doing it like a week after, because maybe give people a week to see the movie and get the hype even more out.
The only thing is if there's a spoiler accessory.
So that's
well. So just to counter that, Owen, you remember they hid the lightning bolt accessory from Thor: Love and Thunder, but they still announced the figure, so they could do that as well.
But
they could do that
honestly,
as well.
within the next, I would say within the next 2 to 3, I would say the next 2 weeks. Otherwise,
here's what I'm going to say.
They're stupid not to do it.
I agree, but here's what I'm going to say. I think there's a reason they gave us this tease, and that's because they're not quite ready to announce it yet, and they want people to know that they're doing it to capitalize on that hype. So this is a little drip to everybody to say, hey, don't you worry, they're coming, because they know everybody's seeing the movie now. So maybe like a week,
give it a week or two for people to see the movie and let the hype even more, and then drop the figures. But
I agree.
I think 2 weeks is more than enough time to give it out in theaters and then just drop them and let it do its thing.
I would not be surprised if we got one of them, like either Donnie or John Wick, over the weekend. Because look how they dropped Andrew on a Friday night going into Saturday.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would not be surprised if they drop one like over the weekend, and then the next figure in a week or two for pre-order.
Usually when they do this, though, it's like a month later.
Yeah,
when
no,
they do it.
yeah, no.
So maybe they do one, but the other
one's
one's a month later.
The other teasers that we've gotten lately, like they did the teaser, and then a week later the figure was out for pre-order. The last time we saw a month wait was Athena and Classic Loki, where we had to wait some time. But then after that, I forgot what teaser we got, but it was literally a week after that teaser, the figure was up for pre-order.
Yeah, that the best way I could put it is I think Hot Toys is a bit difficult to predict right now because it could be 2 weeks, it could be a week from now. Like Cigars is saying, sometimes they've been quicker.
They've always been hard to predict. That's the problem.
They have been, but they've been more predictable in the
Daredevil.
past.
You got the tease. You got the behind the back tease on Daredevil.
True.
And then
that took months.
How many months later did you actually get the figure?
A month.
Yeah.
It was a month.
Was it a month? I thought
Exactly.
it was more than that.
I thought it was longer.
I
than that,
thought it was
personally,
more than a month.
I mean, do you reckon they'll release these two
perfect
together?
example was Avatar 2. We got Avatar 2 teased, and then like a week and a half later, they're up for pre-order.
True.
That's true.
Yeah. So again, it's more of like a case by case thing, right? Because again, it's kind of difficult to predict. I would agree.
Yeah.
It is certainly case by case. This one, I would probably be more with Ryan. I would say within a week. I really do see these within a week. I don't know if they're gonna. It just doesn't make sense to me that they would give us this tease and be like, here they are, tomorrow, right? I think this is them saying, like, give us a little bit more time, but they're coming, don't you worry. So that's my thought on it. Like, they're just getting the final photos and everything together. Because obviously it's a lot of work for them to put up these prototypes. It's a lot of photos, and they got to do all the photos with all the different accessories and everything together. And like Owen was saying, like, there may be some accessories that are spoilers, so most likely they're going to blur them because they don't want to spoil anything. They kind of have to maintain that integrity because of the licensing and everything, so... but Replica Pro Collector is here. He says, let's go. Good to see you, Replica Pro. I hope you're doing well, dude. Yeah, Kaiju says you cannot predict Hot Toys and their illogical drops. Yeah.
No, you cannot.
And like Ryan was saying, I mean, Daredevil, it's like everybody gave up on Daredevil. We didn't. Guys on the panel here didn't.
Yeah, like,
but a lot of people did. Understandably, a lot of people did, but we didn't. We told you guys I still think it's coming, but a lot of people did, and it's because there was such a time gap. They're like, well, what the hell is going to happen now? Because it's been this amount of time since the show ended. And I totally understand that sentiment, but you can't always give up on everything. Some stuff makes more sense than others, Replica Pro says listening from work. Hey, I do that. I work earlier in the day, so I don't know what time it is for you, but that I do that sometimes as well. I listen to Geeking Out when they do their morning stuff or other streamers as well. But very often Geeking Out I listen to when they do their morning, afternoon stuff. Yeah, Ian says the Daredevil tease felt like it did. It felt like a long time. It really did. I don't know the exact time, but I feel like it was, I think, a little over a month. Matt, don't you dare! I'm not giving up on Vulture. I'm not.
Yeah, don't give
I refuse.
up. Don't give
I
up.
refuse.
Yep.
I refuse.
Have faith. The faithful are always rewarded.
Yeah, and hey, it's funny because in the Facebook chat, we were just having a conversation. I scrolled back when we were talking about. I guess it was it was Spider-Man. We were literally talking about the Amazing Spider-Man, which we're about to talk about next. And it was on February 27th. Someone in there, I don't remember who it was saying, I don't think that Spider-Man's happening at this point. Here we are. So it's some stuff just makes more sense than others, And of course, you can't put your faith in everything because Hot Toys does do that a lot. They're like, hey, check this cool figure out, and then you never see it again. So I'm not saying that you have to do that with everything. Kind of use context clues and current events to decide what your thoughts are on something like that. But talking about the tease, where's my Pattinson Batmobile? That's another one. I still think it's happening. I really do. And some people are saying wait for the next movie, and I don't agree with that. I don't think we're going to be waiting until 2025 to see the Batmobile. I don't. I could even see it still coming this year. I really can.
Perfect example. They showed 89 Keaton Batman during the cons during the summer. And then they announced him a couple weeks ago. So just be patient. It's coming.
Yeah. And Matt over here busting balls. He says, don't give up on Batfleck Batmobile. Only been 7 years. I mean, obviously that's an obvious one. Like, okay, maybe you should give up on that one. And the Anakin Starfighter.
No give up on that one.
Sean's not giving up on that. I know Sean's a big Batfleck fan. He's not giving up on it. But
never lose hope.
But some stuff I would understand more if people gave up. Like Anakin Starfighter, that's a dream vehicle for me. I don't know whenever that one's going to be busted out of the vault if it does happen,
That's probably been 7 years too, right?
Sure, Owen.
Tease that.
It's been a minute. Yeah. But go ahead, Owen. Go
ahead. I just wanted to look, just out of pure curiosity. The first John Wick figure came out 18 months. It was announced 18 months after the film's release.
Wow.
So they're way more on it now than they were before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They've definitely come a long way. I mean,
that was my second ever Hot Toy I bought was John Wick.
Damn.
I've only had John Wick for 8 months.
5 years.
I got him on the secondary market. He had sold out probably. I guess it's been like 2 months after he sold out when I ended up buying him.
I got him and he still sat on Sideshow for a month before he sold out.
Yeah, he didn't sell out that quick.
He didn't go right away.
No, and then
Hey,
they
Ryan,
ended up
what was
getting
your first
another
one?
batch just for John Wick 3. They ended up getting another batch of it.
Yep, I remember that.
What
And
is
Matt,
this
that
one?
is true. There are plenty of examples of both sides of the coin. That's why we're saying it's kind of difficult to predict them, you know. We don't talk about Wong. Poor Wong getting disrespected.
Yeah, Wong needs to happen. Ryan,
Time and time
what was
again.
your first one? You said
John
Wick was
Mark
your
40,
second.
Mark 43.
Okay.
Oh,
And then John Wick, and then my third one was Justice League Superman via a waitlist conversion.
Nice.
Like
Justice
it literally
for-
got it. Like it went out like the next day. I got it. It was one of those turnaround ones.
John Wick was my first Hot Toys figure.
For
That's
real?
what sucked me. Yeah, because at the time I was just doing statues. I saw the Hot Toys pre-order for John Wick, and I day one pre-ordered it, and then that's what suckered me in.
So that's
And
all
the
it
first
takes
Hot
sometimes.
Toys
Is
I
one.
had was that Iron Man, the original first Iron Man construction set.
Nice.
Mine was the first release of the Empire Strikes Back Boba, the black box version. That was my first Hot Toy. There we go. Exactly. Hope. Rebellions are built on hope.
Exactly.
Gotta love Rogue One, bro. Gotta love Rogue One. That's such a good film. But guys, real quick, I want to touch on this. Obviously, we got our Amazing Spider-Man, and kind of how we were theorizing about what was going on with this was mostly true. I personally expected the reason it was taking this long. I thought that maybe they were trying to get us the No Way Home version, and maybe they were. Unfortunately, obviously, that the licensing for that didn't quite work out. However, I think we got the next best thing. I'm not completely upset about this. It's not going to detract from the figure if it doesn't say No Way Home on the box or the base. That's just my personal opinion. So we did finally get our Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, guys, and I will say another sign to me that this was a tough licensing deal. $290, and this is all you get. Tough pill to swallow. However, this is one of those figures. A lot of people are like, I don't give a crap how much it is because I'm going to pay it, and rightfully so. I mean, if you invested heavily into the No Way Home line, this is going to be one you're like, yeah, I'm getting that, you know, because you need this. You need to complete the Spidey trio, right? I'm curious. I mean, again, another open discussion on this one. We're not going to get too in depth on this and Lizard, but this is one that I had to day one pre-order, right? Because I'm all in on the No Way Home line. The only figure I haven't ordered yet is the Hobo Goblin. That's the last thing I have to order from this No Way Home line. But I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, are you disappointed with the price to accessory ratio on this one? I mean, the one thing I will say is a fantastic assortment of hands. You guys know I cry about the hands a lot. I'm very happy about the amount of hands. At the very least, we at least got a decent amount of hands. But again, this is an open discussion. And for people in the chat as well, kind of share your thoughts on this. Are you disappointed at all about this being an Amazing Spider-Man release? Me, again, I'm not totally disappointed. Would I have preferred it to be branded and fully upgraded for a No Way Home release? Yes. But I'm not entirely disappointed. And one thing I wanted to point out before anyone else wants to share their thoughts is this is obviously separate. We did not get a deluxe set with everything. So this is separate. You buy the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man by himself, and then you have a No Way Home branded Lizard base. So it's very obvious that they did that for licensing reasons. There was no way that they could put them together because they couldn't get the No Way Home licensing for Andrew. But yeah, guys, feel free to jump in. Someone else, if you want to share your thoughts on these releases and kind of share whether you think this is disappointing or not in any way.
I mean, I'm not surprised by it. The only thing that I was surprised about, which I think for me, I thought the whole thing was about licensing, just trying to get it figured out, honestly. Just to further that point, like you said, they're separated, but then it was literally a random Friday night drop that like, oh, these are available for PO, you know, like right off the bat.
It was out of nowhere, dude. We've been
which goes to show
long.
that it was outside Hot Toys. It goes to show you how much control Hot Toys probably didn't have in it. The fact that what I mean by that is that it released outside the normal schedule and it released broken up this way. So it goes to show you how I really think that Hot Toys didn't have really much leverage in the situation. You know, they wanted it this way, but the fact is Sony did it the way, Sony did it the way it was. And this is probably how we got it. I'm not upset about it. I just got the figure for right now. I will get the base. I mean, to be frank, it's got us all as collectors by the balls if you're invested into this line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to get it, whether the money, you can chop up the money however you want. I mean, people are probably going to buy this figure. I'm not upset about it being branded anyway because I have a display the way I'm going to do it. I'm doing the Sandman, then the Lizard bases as part of the Sinister Six. And then I'll probably have the Spider-Man figures mostly in a museum type pose kind of together as a trio. So I'm not upset about branding with the bases or anything like that. I'm not upset about it. I'm gonna use I think I said it on Geeking Out. I'm gonna use the Lizard base with the flight pole and put like Electro on him. So they're all together because the Lizard has some electricity on it. So I already have a kind of a vision where I want the bases in front because those bases are big and you can't do anything with them because they're just
that's clever too because Electro has the cloth.
So I'm gonna take the Lizard and I'm gonna take the Sandman, put them as like in the front, and then anybody who can fly, I'm gonna put behind them so it has a nice kind of you see like a nice piece. So Doc Ock, Goblin, and then Electro. I'm gonna put him above the Lizard, so it looks like he's hovering with his hands out like electricity. So I'll do that, and then I have Mysterio too. I'll add Mysterio in there, but I'm not upset about it. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. And what is I guess surprising, I guess not. It's got a July time frame, so it's not like it's something where it's out and then you got months. It's like between
they're taking advantage of this being an older figure and we're getting it early. So I'm happy with that.
It's not like you got a year out on it. I mean, you're making payments on it relatively within the next few months, so it's going to fall in line with all the other, No Way Home, figures. But I like it. He's my favorite. I love Toby, but I love this suit. I don't know why, Andrew. I love this suit. I just love the look of it. It's more comic book classy to me.
And he's very slender. Like Toby obviously wasn't the most slender guy in his suit, but I do. My favorite suit's always going to be Toby because I
love it, but there's something about it. And you know what? I'm happy for collectors who are getting a second go at this. I like it. I like. So I'm happy for everybody who wanted this in their collection along with Toby. Can't be happier for anybody. I love it, and I love the display options. Like it's just you're going to see so many photos of just various ways that this is all going to be displayed for those that are going to put it all together. So I'm really happy for everybody out there.
Yeah, for sure, I agree, man. And real quick, I wanted to say goodbye to Kumar. Kumar says, "Guys, got to go back to work since it's just 8:30 a.m. here, super early, dude. Really fun catching you guys live. Love you all. Thank you for making this collecting world a little more better. Take care." Thank you so much, bro. We love you too, man. And thank you so much for the very generous donation. I very much appreciate that. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Hope you have an easy day at work. And we'll see you next time, man. And I very much am glad that you're able to catch us live because I know you've had trouble because of how early it is for you. But thank you so much, man, for being here. I hope you have a good one. I'm going to pull up some more photos here. But would anyone else like to comment on this? Again, it's kind of an open discussion here, but I'm curious to hear anyone else's thoughts on this release, and do you think this is at all disappointing, or do you think it's overpriced? Because I know that's a big topic of conversation. People like $290. Again, I showed the accessories. He doesn't come with a lot.
$160 for the base too.
I'm not complaining because I mean we're obviously paying for Garfield's likeness, and it's Marvel plus Sony tax. So
right.
That's why.
Yeah, 160 for that though is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. But I mean,
you can always get King Shark for that price. You're not far off.
For a little bit less, yeah.
I mean, I could sit here and complain, but at the end of the day, like I wanted Andrew Garfield to complete the trifecta of Spider-Man. So, I mean, more than likely, that's why they split this up with Amazing Spider-Man and No Way Home base is because of licensing issues.
Yeah.
But I'm going to blame Sony on that. I 100% know that it's Sony because they are sticklers when it comes to licensing and agreements. Like they get greedy and they want it all. So that's probably
don't have
why
to pay Disney any money because it's
that's probably why they had to split it up. But I have no complaints, man. I think it looks good. I'm like Ryan. I liked the Amazing Spider-Man suit.
Mm-hmm.
There was just something about the suit that to me just looked really good.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they did the whole McFarlane bug eyes treatment on it. So maybe that's why I have a soft spot for the Garfield suit.
Yeah,
it reminds me of McFarlane.
I mean, $455 is like for both of them together. It being more expensive than the integrated suit deluxe is kind of crazy.
It's a hefty price tag, and again, it's definitely. I do think Andrew's very overpriced for what he comes with.
Well, what's Toby's price?
Toby all is what?
The deluxe, I think, is $445.
So he's more expensive than integrated as well. Interesting.
But Toby
Yeah,
does come with
remember,
like the Sandman base and everything.
Yeah.
Toby started it all. Without Toby, there wouldn't be Spider-Man. So of course, this is
That's
going to be
true.
the priciest one. You know,
That's not true because back in the 80s,
that one
there
doesn't
was
count.
that.
That one doesn't
Here,
count.
Why
you
not?
started him
Because
up.
that one did not pave the way for the other Spider-Man movies. Toby Maguire is what paved the way for all future.
I
Spider-Man
agree.
movies.
I'm pro Toby. That's my boy. That's my favorite
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Always will be.
445 altogether for deluxe. So
Yeah,
Andrew is
they're
technically the most
pricey, man.
expensive.
They're pricey, but again, that's kind of a tough pill to swallow. Like Andrew's more expensive than Toby. You know, it's like, but like Cigar said, it's really Sony that's making them drive up these prices. But I want to comment on this. Very clever name, by the way, Rusty Bronco, along with the profile picture. I love it. Rusty says, "I'm worried about the '89 Batmobile off the DeLorean Hot Toy." And I'll say to you this: the Batmobile is a much more simplistic vehicle, and obviously the Batmobile has way less lighting. It doesn't have the movable hover wheels. I'm not worried about the '89 Batmobile. They've done it before. A lot of people seem to be pretty happy with their original, and despite some of the inaccuracies that they personally found with it, I don't think that many people had that many issues with their '89 Batmobile. So if it puts you at ease at all, I really don't think we're going to have issues with the '89 Batmobile. Of course, some more unforeseen stuff can pop up, but if we're just using context clues, I think we'll be all right. I really do.
Well, look at the Tumbler. I mean, the Tumbler. The only issue that I had with the Tumbler was both times that I had to send it back was because the back rear fins were broken, but everything else was fine.
Yeah.
But that I think had to do with it being, tossed around by delivery guys.
Yeah, exactly. King Cuddy says, "What's going on, fellas? Actually catching a live. What's up, bro? It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're able to catch us live. I hope you're doing well." We're actually talking about Amazing Spider-Man, Garfield, Lizard, and Spider-Man that just went up. So really exciting stuff. It's cool that the stuff finally went up. 8-Bit Flea says, "LOL, the 80s Spider-Man didn't bring him to movie frame." I mean, yeah, me personally, I agree. Like, Toby's the GOAT, man. He really is. I mean, I have grown to like Andrew. I wasn't a big fan of Andrew at first, but I do think No Way Home, for a lot of people, whatever your Spider-Man is, I think a lot of people who didn't have respect for some of the other Spider-Mans, they kind of gained a new respect for them. It's like those moments they shared together, I think really kind of brought people together as a fandom for Spider-Man and kind of made you appreciate each and every one of them, So I thought that was really cool. That's such a special film to me. But before we move on, again, I just wanted to briefly comment on this because we have seen photos of this before. Did anyone else want to comment on Spider-Man or Lizard before we move on?
No, they did a good job with the Lizard base. Spider-Man looks good.
Yeah.
Not something I'm going to get, but I'm happy for whoever's happy with it.
And Sean, who else is happy? Riddler here looks really happy. Guys, we're moving on to some third-party stuff. And this one, dude, this got me excited. And this is coming from somebody who's already pre-ordered the first version of the Riddler. We have the sequin Riddler from the final scenes coming from Mars Toys. Now, I do want to say, guys, a lot of people have commented on the teeth.
Yeah, the teeth are rough.
But here's the thing. When I'm looking, and I did mention this, I did speak with Mars about this, and I'm like, you've heard a lot of comments about the teeth and stuff, and he did post up a raw cast of the head sculpt. And I got to be honest with you, like, maybe they're a little off, but I don't think they're as bad as people are saying. And again, this is a photo in really bad lighting. It's a bad angle. I would like to see more photos and better lighting. And I will show the raw cast of this head sculpt as well, because it does kind of give you a better shot of how the mouth looks. I personally don't think it's that far off. And I will say, I did ask Mars, because I'm looking here at the mask, and you could see that there's silver glitter on the green portion. And obviously it's supposed to be green glitter. I did clarify with him. I'm like, this is going to be green glitter on the final product. And he said, yes. So for those of you that were worried, like, oh, that's inaccurate, it doesn't look right, this is simply just a test paint that he did to share with everybody on the Facebook page. So I did want to bring this up, though, because this is really exciting. And I would say, I would even go as far as to say, I think this is probably the more preferred version between the two versions of Jim Carrey's Riddler. I think this is probably the more preferred version. Everybody really likes this sequin suit. We don't have an estimated release date at the time. So they're still working out the details, and I think they're still working out the figure and everything. But this is really exciting to me. I don't know.
Facebook.
Check the Facebook. Let me see.
Check your Facebook. And I'll show you. I sent you something on what.
Here we got a meme from Cigars. Cigars is memeing this head sculpt. Here, I'll pull it up for you guys. Let's see.
Let's see if the chat agrees. see if they see what I see. Does everybody in the chat see what I see? That's what I see when
It's
I look
funny
at that
though, because
Riddler head sculpt.
when people were talking about this, I went through and like looked at a bunch of stuff of Jim Carrey, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like I would like to see better lighting on these photos at different angles to really see how the teeth look. Because when I'm gonna pull up the raw sculpt here, and the teeth do look a little bit better than me on the raw sculpt. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he hasn't got enough of a top lip. Yeah, that looks way better.
You see what I mean? Like when you pull up the raw sculpt, I really think it's maybe the test paint that he did and the angle. It's like it's a combination of things, right?
Yeah. I don't think they painted enough lip on him.
I agree. I think it's really just the test paint that's throwing it off. So I'm really excited to see some prototype photos where everything's properly done and kind of close to what it'll look like in the final product. But Cigar's meme, that is funny. That's hilarious, dude. I didn't even think of that. KTH said, damn it. I already pro'd the first one, but I think I like this outfit. I mean, I don't know where you pro'd it from. I'm guessing 1/6 kit. He may be able to help you out on pre-ordering this other one when this one goes up. Or, I mean, if you're really a big fan, maybe you can get both, you know. I'm definitely going to end up getting both. Rusty Bronco says Mars Toys is killing it. The 66 Joker is on point. Dude, I've said this a lot. I've got a lot of faith in Mars Toys as a company. I really think that they're putting out stuff that are and Cigars and I kind of talked about this on the last stream. They're kind of filling in that niche, right? There's a spot in the community where they're like, people are asking for this, people are asking for that, and Mars Toys is kind of filling that void. And I think I'm really, really excited to see what they put out moving forward because they're doing some really, really special stuff. And I know Mars is sitting on a bunch of cool stuff that he hasn't even teased to us yet. And I'm really, really excited to not only see what they're coming out for Batman, but for other IPs, right? Because, I mean, Batman, I mean, they're doing – there's that picture again. They're doing stuff that we've been asking for a while, right? I mean, who would have thought in any capacity that we would get a decent 1/6 scale Jim Carrey Riddler, you know? I mean, that's just not a figure that I ever kind of saw in the near future in the pipeline, you know? So I'm really excited to see this. Hot Toys Collector says, good morning / evening from Singapore. Good to see you as always, bro. I hope you're doing well. King Cuddy says, glad I didn't pull the trigger on the first Riddler. I'm feeling how much more over the top this one is. Yeah, dude. I mean, you guys know, and the possibilities, right? I did kind of drop a breadcrumb to Mars. I messaged him and I'm like, dude, if you do this Riddler, you got to give us that fried brain head sculpt, right? At the end of the movie, when he has that fried brain, he's just kind of sitting there with his mouth open. I'm like, if you're going to give us the sequence, you got to give us that. I'm very curious to see if he does do that, what he would do with that ripped sleeve, because obviously he's got a rip in his sleeve and it's kind of pulled down after his brain gets fried at the end. So maybe he can engineer some sort of maybe Velcro or something on the inside where you can pull that sleeve down. That would be really cool in my opinion. But I'm really excited for this one, man.
His Arkham look would be pretty cool at the end.
Yeah, that would be
when
cool as well.
When he's in that super long straight jacket and he's flapping his arms talking about who Batman is. Right. That'd be a pretty cool figure.
Dude, there's just so many possibilities for this, and I can't imagine what's going through Mars' head in terms of the stuff he wants to do. But I'm really excited to see it, man. I'm sure this is going to be something that's a little bit a ways away, especially because we're seeing just a test painted sculpt with not even the correct glitter on the mask.
Other than that, though, he annoyed me playing Riddler. Jim, I don't know, man. Even as a kid watching it new in theaters, like, I was just like, man, Jim Carrey's annoying as the Riddler.
I liked him, dude. He's goofy as hell, though. He's goofy as hell.
All I saw was Jim Carrey playing Jim Carrey. Like, I did not see the Riddler.
Yeah. I mean, and you kind of see that a lot in his roles, right? It's more so a taste of Jim Carrey in all of his roles. He has that those little mouth movements that he does, you know, you just see that come through in a lot of his roles.
What would you rather have had, him or Robin Williams? Because he was the other pick.
Yeah,
I would have had Robin Williams. I think Robin Williams would have killed it because, I mean, you've seen those movies where Robin Williams plays a bad guy. Like, he can actually do it pretty well.
I don't know how I feel about Robin Williams in that role. I mean, Robin Williams, I'm not going to discredit the man. Rest in peace. But I don't know if I would have liked him as the Riddler. I don't know. I mean,
they hired him. They hired this guy to be Ace Ventura, but in a Batman film. To be fair.
I just see in this picture here, I see Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color.
Exactly, right? That's all I saw was him playing.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, like that's what I saw. Like when watching this in the movies as a kid, like all I saw was his In Living Color roles just mashed into one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that one where he like does the little pigtails or ponytails on the
Oh
side.
yeah, was it
and that
Ver-
ballerina skirt or whatever.
Rusty says Robin
It's
Williams
Ace
is
It
supposed to
began
be
with
the
the V.
Joker.
It began with a V. It's not Veronica. It was
Ace Ventura.
talking about. No, he's talking
No,
about.
we're talking about In Living Color.
Oh,
Carrie would play the woman, but she was like super manly, and her name began with a V. It's not Veronica. It was supposed to be like a Greek name.
Yeah.
did you see Matt's
and
comment
she would-
about
and he
Daredevil,
would-
by the way?
And he would do the horse
No, I
laugh.
didn't. Let me
He'd be like, and then spit.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, Matt, I missed this. Matt says to follow up, Daredevil was first teased on November 15th, released February 19th. She-Hulk
months.
released
I
December
mean,
6th.
released or announced?
I guess he
Announced.
means I think he means announced.
He means announced.
Show
It's
ended
like, man,
October
it's
13th.
released already? Shit.
He's like, what? Well, Matt might have gotten special treatment. He was that guy cheerleading Daredevil from day one. So Joel Schumacher is to blame. But guys, real quick, Ryan actually has to head out. Ryan, as always, thanks for being here, dude. Guys, on your way out, or right now, if you would like, if you have some time, check out Ryan's channel. There is a link in the description. And if one of our wonderful mods would like to drop the link to his channel, Ryan, thank you so much for being here, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I got some personal stuff I got to hit up real fast. Came up unannounced, so I do apologize. I got to dip midstream. I normally never do that, but I got to do some personal stuff.
Hey, man,
that-
you were not going to be able to make it originally, so
Yeah.
I'm just happy we're able to have you.
No,
for
I
the time
appreciate
that we
it.
did.
Like I said, I appreciate, like I said, taking the time as always. I love everybody on the stream, the channel. Always great to be here. I really appreciate it as always. Thank you so much. And I can't wait. Look forward to the next one. I really
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it, Connor. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Take care, bro.
Have
Have
a
a
good
good night,
night.
everybody. Thank you.
Bro.
Make good choices.
Sean just sending everybody out with that. But guys, moving on. Yeah, I'm really excited for this Riddler. And again, we obviously want to see more photos, especially with the conversation about the teeth. But another third part, and this is a little back and forth this week, guys, right? A little back and forth going on here, right?
Hey, Tremble Dust got it. It was Vera Milo. There it is. Yeah, nice. Vera de Milo.
There you go. Tremble Dust dropping the facts tonight, man. And 8-Bit says, that's what I'm saying. As a kid, I was like, WTF, is this specifically after 89? Yeah. Joel Schumacher, I mean, you guys know, Joel Schumacher was so off base with Batman. Michael Keaton didn't even want to return because there were creative differences. So that should tell you something, right?
I wish
the
Tim Burton
drugs
would've
and
just
neon
continued.
tech stuff alone.
He said revealed. Typing too fast.
Just continue. If Tim Burton would have done the third and fourth one, I think it would have been a lot better.
My dogs are getting pissed because you mentioned Joel Schumacher. You do that shit.
Yeah, we heard it. But yeah, guys, moving on. So, Owen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this company is called SH Hero that is doing this version.
Yeah, they haven't. I don't know much about them.
So,
What else have they made?
Cigars and I were kind of touching on this in the Facebook group. So this is actually, I'm sure some of you guys in the chat and on the panel remember a few months back, there was a figure that was announced. It was Dr. Doom, and he came with a throne, and there was a face reveal. So this is actually the company that's making. You could see there's a little drop of the armor here in the background, just kind of showing that as a little teaser. Obviously very intentional because companies often do this. But so this is the same company that's producing that Dr. Doom, and I got to be honest with you guys. This is for a second announcement because they haven't released anything. What I'm seeing here thus far, obviously we haven't seen a final product. The tailoring on this looks pretty fantastic. It really does, and dare I say, the head sculpt looks pretty spot on in my opinion as well. And this is kind of a figure that a lot of people have been like, Hot Toys, what the hell, man? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought Hot Toys was gonna do Mr. Knight. I mean, we saw one figure from Moon Knight. Very surprised by that.
Yeah, I thought I actually thought that might have been a 2-pack. That was one that I thought
Me too.
could have very well.
It made a lot of sense,
Yeah,
right? I mean, the
also.
two personalities of the character. Well, we learned that he has an additional personality, but the two personalities that we see throughout most of the show,
Yeah.
you thought it would have made a lot of sense to do a 2-pack. So I was very surprised by that one as well.
The thing is with the other head sculpt, you can kit bash the third personality.
That's true.
True.
There's a lot of great stuff in Moon Knight, and I will stick to that. I think Moon Knight is second for me in terms of the recent Marvel shows. Loki's going to be number one for me because I've very much enjoyed Loki, and I'm really excited for the second season. But Moon Knight was fantastic, and Oscar Isaac is no slouch, man. He's such a fantastic actor, and he
collects Hot Toys.
Exactly,
Yep,
yeah. He brought so much life to the character, and I just loved it. He did such a fantastic job going between the two sides of the character, and I don't know, man. This is kind of one of those figures. I'm like, I got to have a version of Mr. Knight. And speaking of Oscar Isaac, is this a 10 out of 10? No, but it's pretty solid, man. Now, of course, this is a prototype, and we know third
yeah.
party. We know third party, like there can be some significant degradation, and we don't know much about this company apart from announcements. But just based on what we're seeing here, I mean, I think this is a very honest take at a Mr. Knight figure, and I'm really, really excited to see more from this. And I wanted to show these in-hand photos first because I do think this in-hand shot here gives the figure a bit more justice in terms of the head sculpt. Because I'm going to bring up now the official product photos provided by SH Hero.
I don't think they're going to be able to match the paint apps on that last picture, though. I think that looks very custom.
Yeah, I don't either, and that's why I was saying, like, you know this more than anyone, Owen, right? With third party, that you sometimes experience a lot of degradation depending on the company. So it's like, but how cool is this, man? You not only get the Mr. Knight kind of cloth mask look, you get the Oscar Isaac head sculpt, and you get a Khonshu head sculpt with the staff, man. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And
I just wish Khonshu.
I'm actually going to buy this.
I want Khonshu with the mummy wrap.
I know, dude.
I think a lot of people will get this and the So-So one, and then whichever one they like more, mix and match parts from each.
I think so too. I think
wait,
that
is it showing that there's a light up mask head sculpt, or is it two head sculpts?
It's two head sculpts. It looks like. Oh no, sorry. It says
on and off. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's an interesting way to show that. 8 hands. I mean, not terrible.
The sticks look good too.
You know, this being this company's second figure, because you know the first one is the comic rendition of Dr.
Exactly.
Doom, and then the second one is Moon Knight from the show. So
yeah, and Tremble. This is something that a lot of people are saying on Facebook, right? I saw in 1/6 kit. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I'll just wait for the So-So one." And you guys know that 1/6 kit does not carry So-So products, so that was kind of a fun conversation over in a 1/6 kit. But and real quick, guys, this figure is up for pre-order, so if you're interested in it, again, I don't make any money off of this, no kickbacks whatsoever. 1/6 kit does have this figure available. I don't have a link, so if someone, one of our moderators wants to drop a link, or anybody else in the chat, you can use code Hotline and get $10 off your purchase. Kid is a very honest person to buy from, so if you're interested in third-party stuff, he doesn't carry the So-So Toys stuff. So if you want So-So Toys stuff, like 1/6 Outfitters is a great website to buy from.
TNS figures, a lot of great other sites that carry So-So Toys. KG Hobby. But yes, I know Kit already has this one up. So if you're interested in the S Hero version that we're taking a look at now, you can grab it from 1/6 Kit. But yeah, guys, I mean, I got to be honest with you. I do very much want to wait and see what the final product looks like. But I think for a second stab at a figure, considering they have no releases yet, obviously we know how that is. Sometimes we don't see a release. These could be total garbage. We don't know. But just based on the prototype and how it looks here, I think it looks pretty cool, man. And I like the ideas for the accessories. The Khonshu stuff is definitely very appealing to me. Oh, look at that. Penn says she used my code for the Matt Damon Martian order. Well, I'm glad you're able to save some money on a really cool figure. That's a fantastic looking figure. And I hope that turns out. Yeah, very out of the blue for sure. And we have OG dropping a link there. Very much appreciate that, brother. I'm going to wait to see what So-So produces. If these guys looks better, and then I'm going to rush the 1/6 kit and make my pre-order for this one.
Yeah, I agree. Now,
because from what I think didn't they tease the So-So one?
And here it is right here, actually. So this is it right here.
Yeah,
so
because this one I was telling you that like he looks too fat. That looks like Mr. Moon Pie, not Mr. Knight.
Yeah, I mean, so
look, it looks.
No, I think
fat, man.
I think
Mr.
that's
Moon Pie.
I think the tailoring is nice on that. I like the material better on that one.
If you go back and look at the S Hero one, like he's got the slim body. You know, look, he's got that slim body look.
I do see what Cigars is saying. He is a bit slender. Maybe it could be the photo. I don't know, but he does look a bit more slender on this.
But I don't think the tailoring is good on that one.
I will say, to Owen's credit, so we're seeing this photo here now, right? When you look at the detail on the So-So one, the detail, at least on the clothing, is much better.
Can you compare it to the in-hand S Hero one or whatever it was?
Yeah. Let me go back. Let's see. So here's S Hero, right? And then let me zoom in on the So-So one, and I'll bring it up. So have this in your mind, guys. Here's S Hero. Now, again, I don't think this S Hero outfit looks bad at all. I do. Again, it's a very honest take for a second announcement. But again, clicking on So-So Toys, I would say I do agree with Owen. I do think there's a bit more detail. Now, I do understand, though, what Cigars is saying. This does look like a much fuller body. I would have to really see the final, the prototype in full to really make my judgment. But I do also see what Cigars is saying about it being like a bit thicker. Now, of course, this is a quick in-hand photo, so we have to see actual prototype photos to truly judge it. But it's really interesting, right, guys? So what happened with this, for those that aren't aware, some guy says, Connor, I missed what you said. The S-Zero, have they released figures in the past? So they have not released anything yet. They have announced one other figure. And as Cigars and I were saying, that is the comic rendition of Dr. Doom. He comes with a throne and everything. That one has not been released yet. So it is just an announcement. So again, the danger with S-Hero is you don't know what you're going to get at all. With So-So, for the most part, obviously, you kind of have a general idea on what their quality is like because they have many, many releases under their belt. Granted, they are very behind on some releases, so you have to keep that in mind with So-So. You're going to be waiting a little bit, but that's the kicker there. So-So has a track record. S-Hero has nothing. So that is definitely part of the conversation.
With tailoring on suits too. For
sure. I agree. And like the Hero Lawyer, for example, the tailoring turned out very nice on that one. So I'm very curious to see what this looks like. I'm not going to judge it super harshly yet because, again, we haven't seen much. But the funny thing about this, guys, that's actually a good idea. Big Dog Pound says you could use the head sculpt on Snowspeeder Luke and make yourself a custom little Poe Dameron. That's not a bad idea. But yeah, guys, I want to tell you guys kind of what went down with this, right? So someone went over to the So-So Toys page because obviously this Mr. Knight was part of So-So's like roadmap photo that they put up where they had blacked out silhouettes of all the characters. So of course people knew that there was a Mr. Knight coming. And someone went over to their Facebook page and said, hey, look at this. S-Zero is doing a Mr. Knight just to poke fun at him. And So-So went in the comments and says ours is being announced very soon. And I guess they really felt that pressure. So they said, oh, crap. Well, we got to show something.
Yeah, this was knee jerk. This was quick.
Oh, yeah. So so they put this up as a response. They're like, crap. We got someone else to compete with. And they probably looked at it like, it looks pretty decent. So maybe we should say something. So they put up these photos, right? And then I guess they hit up the guy, L Sculptor, who does a lot of the sculpts for So-So. And then we got this, guys. On top of this little tease of the outfit, we got this. Now, I will say, looking at this sculpt, I think this blows the other one out of the water. Yeah, I got to be honest with you.
The hair and everything looks so good on this one.
Right, the hair looks pretty fantastic. And this is the same guy that actually did the Geralt of Rivia sculpt for the upcoming Geralt figure, which I have personally on pre-order. And that sculpt's pretty fantastic from what we've seen from the prototype. So I got to be honest with you. If I'm looking at even just unpainted, I'm like, this looks way better. This is a much better head sculpt. Now, the other one is still a very honest try, and I don't think it's horrible. It's just this is definitely just more refined. I think they got a bit more of the Oscar Isaac likeness in there.
It reminds me more of Steven because of the wavy hair.
Yeah,
it reminds me of when he's Steven instead of Mark.
And like you said, like a combination of having both of these, you could do some really cool stuff swapping out those parts. Like,
this could look cool on the Moon Knight figure. To be fair,
oh, it could. Yeah, because
I didn't even think about that.
For sure,
because that neck peg would work too.
Yeah.
So he does unmask. That's right. He does unmask a couple times.
Yep.
I got to be honest with you. I'm grabbing one of these, dude. I'm grabbing one of them. It's probably going to be the So-So. I want to see more photos, but it's probably going to be the So-So. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited to finally get some cool stuff.
I mean, we got till the 19th on 1/6 kit to place your pre-order for the.
And that's before, and it may not cut off at that point, right? So it could last even longer. So we may have even more time. Because like we've said many times, guys, when Kit cuts off pre-orders until it actually is sold out, which he actually removes the listings from public view, until it's actually gone, you can still pre-order. So there are cutoff dates on 1/6 Kit, but that doesn't mean they're gone. Because there's figures that have cutoff dates that are months and months ago, and you could still get them. So keep that in mind if you're ordering from 1/6 Kit. It's not sold out until the listing is pulled off of 1/6 Kit. So and you'll know that because if you search it, it'll be gone. Or if you have it in your wish list, if you have it in your cart, and you no longer can see it, that's how you know it's been pulled off. But yeah, this head sculpt here has me really excited to see the final product, or excuse me, the final prototype from So-So Toys. Because again, this head sculpt looks pretty bang, and I'm not gonna lie. And again, the same guy who sculpted the Geralt sculpt did this one, so I'm like, it's gonna look pretty good painted up, I think.
If they keep their paint apps like how they have been recently, this is like Hot Toys level.
Yeah, I mean they're getting good, man. So-So Toys is getting good. I think the main thing they have to nail down is their production time. And
yeah, they had
bodies. I've heard a lot of people say their bodies, depending on the figure, kind of crap, and that's kind of across the board for third party. To be fair,
But they had a problem with their warehouse or something, right? I think they lost everything or something. They had to start from scratch on a few figures.
Yeah.
I know their Old Man Logan looks really good.
I like that too.
I'm still
He does.
on the fence on whether or not to get the Old Man Logan.
People have Hero Lawyer in hand, Matt.
Yeah, Hero Lawyer is just arriving for a lot of people. Like in the past couple weeks, I think they started getting him. But a lot of people are saying he looks pretty good. And I will say they definitely improved that head sculpt. It's still not as good as the Hot Toys one, but the final product looks a lot better than the prototype did. So they're doing great stuff, man. And I'm really excited to see more from them as well. Again, the two companies in terms of third party, in my opinion, that I'm paying attention to are So and Mars Toys because they're doing really cool stuff. Again, it's just the lead time. I mean, Mars Toys is having the same issue. It's the lead time. A lot of it with Mars Toys, someone had asked earlier on the Mars Toys page about the Black Manta figure, and Mars had mentioned like, hey, we're still putting this figure out. It's just difficult to produce, so we're just kind of working out the kinks. So it's going to be the same case, I'm sure, for So. There's certain stuff that's more complicated to make than others, so it does push back the release date, unfortunately. But Treble says, I hope it was Rogue. Lost everything and fixed the soccer mom head sculpt. That's funny, dude.
Oh, yeah. Cougar face. Definitely that one where she's smiling. She looks like a cougar on the prowl for some youngins.
I know, dude. That's definitely one that's not their finest hour for sure. I like this. Peyton says this is the Hitman version. The Hitman version of Moon Knight would be cool to see. Yeah, I mean, if we do get that final personality as a figure, that'd be pretty dope to kind of complete the trio. But like Owen was saying and Cigars was saying, you can kind of mix and match stuff and kind of try to make it work with a Kit Bash or something. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool. But guys, believe it or not, that is all we got for tonight. So let me bring up our main screen here. Guys, once again.
Talking about Jake Lockley. That's his Hitman.
Right. Yeah, I forgot the name of my. I always forget that one, but that's such a cool
Jake
scene
Lockley,
at the end.
Yeah, he's a cab driver. In the comics, that's his cab driver personality, so he gets to see the underbelly of
such
the
a
city.
Great, such a great scene at
that.
the end. Such a surprise scene. You know, it's so cool, man. Don says, "Get your ass to Mars Toys." Don Prime in the house. Always good to see you. And guys, if you haven't already, head on over to Geeking Out. You'll find Don Prime there. You'll see me sometimes. You always see Cigars over there. My boy Nate, the Nate Meister. If you're not over there already, definitely head on over to Geeking Out. Those are our boys. Great to have you here, Don. But yeah, guys, we're gonna close out the stream here. Once again, as always, guys, what a fantastic, fun stream. Really great stream tonight. Great stuff to talk about. A lot of exciting stuff. Really, really hyped for that John Wick stuff, guys. I got to be honest with you. It just got me really excited talking about it with my boys. So really, really excited to see what they come out with. And again, third party, keep an eye on them, guys. Don't sleep because they're putting out some really cool stuff. And we showed you guys just a glimpse of the stuff that's coming out from these companies. And they've definitely got my attention, that's for sure. CSI says, great stream as always. Have a great night. Have a great night to you, CSI. Thank you so much for being here, brother. 8-Bit says, hit that like, y'all. Awesome show. Thank you so much, bro. Again, great to have you as always. And yes, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this stream if you enjoyed yourself tonight. We very much appreciate you. And Big Dog Pound, always dropping the knowledge in the chat. He says, peace out to everybody. Take care, Big Dog Pound. It was great to see you, bro. I hope you have a great night. And guys, also have a great weekend. It's almost the weekend. Friday, right around the corner. That's the other great thing about Hot Toys Hotline stream on Thursday, right? Friday is tomorrow, so you have a great night on Thursday, and you go right into your Friday. And as always, some guy dropping the links. Guys, if you haven't already, head on over to that Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group. We would love to have you in there. Again, going to be giving away a gift card. I promise you guys, next week we will announce the giveaway. It's either going to be a live stream, and then we clip the live stream and upload the video so it's easier for some people to find, or Sean and I will just record a video. But I promise you it'll be worked out by next week. So we are doing a giveaway. We have multiple things to give away. We have a hot toy thanks to Sean's absolute amazing generosity. We've got a gift card donation from Ryan. I'm going to be giving some stuff. And then we have a gift card from 1/6 Kit. Kit was awesome and generous enough to give us a gift card for the giveaway. So a lot of great stuff to give away, guys. Again, we're just so grateful for everybody for supporting us from the beginning. We very much appreciate you. And not only supporting me, but supporting everybody on the stream. You guys are incredible. So we very much appreciate it. I can't say that enough. I really can't. Thick Bantha Boy, thanks for being here as always, bro. He says another banger. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. And thank you for the amazing comments as always. Always great comic relief, but also at the same time dropping some knowledge in the chat. Wayne Timothy says, thanks for the stream, guys. Great as always. Thank you for being here, Wayne. And thank you for the awesome comments as always. We appreciate you. Ian says, good night, all. God bless. And let's go all see John. Yes, dude. I can't wait. Can't wait to hear everybody's thoughts on John Wick. I can't wait. Well said, bro. And OG is also dropping the links. Everybody check out Owen in the DTOF. We're going to go through and say goodbye to everybody on the panel, but these links, don't skip up on them. You got Owen on Instagram as well as TikTok, so definitely check out Owen as always, guys. And I'm on Instagram, guys, so if you're not on Instagram, check out Hottoys out on Instagram. Yes, big up DTOF, baby. I love it. Hedge staying here for his boy and hanging out with us. We appreciate you, Hedge. Even if this stuff may not interest you, I appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Some great comments. I love it. But guys, just to update you on what I got going on the channel. Again, I told you guys on Tuesday, but I got some reviews up on the channel. And before I forget, let me close out this poll, guys. I always almost forget to do that. But 60% of people say hashtag Kang Gang. So just edged out the no's. But yes, it seems like most people are really excited about that Kang. So 60%. Hedge says, I can't afford it does. I just can't afford it. That's fair, bro. I mean, Owen could tell you firsthand. I'm sure you know it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby, dude. But maybe one day, you won't always be in your current situation. So maybe one day. You got to start small. You don't always have to start big. You start with one figure, That's all it takes.
Hey, man, there's a reason why some of our organs have two. Just
I know. I'm missing a kidney.
Yeah, I can't really, tell you what to do with your money or not, but maybe you can go harness some organs. If you can meet me on the corner,
donate some blood.
We'll take care of that
I'm not
for you.
telling people what to do with their money. I'm just saying that, hey,
You're just telling them how to get it.
I'm just trying to
take care, KTH. We love you, bro.
A suggestion on how to get some extra cash really quickly if you want to
take care, Fad.
Donate.
Thanks, man, for being here.
Extra organ that you don't need, like a testicle.
All right, everyone.
I mean, Tremble said you're good with one lung.
For public safety, do not meet CNB anywhere. Okay?
Especially if he has a cooler in his hand. If he has a cooler in his hand, run.
No, I don't carry coolers. Now, if I invite you to a seedy motel, then worry.
Real quick, what was the movie where they transported organs? What was that movie called?
Which one? There's been so many of them.
It's like
Repo Man?
Repo Man. Yes.
They repoed the organs.
Yes, Repo Man. Yes. It's such a good movie. It's such a fun movie. Yes. Cigars is on top of it tonight with the movies, bro. Yes, Repo Man. That's a good movie. That's a fun movie. But yeah, guys, as I was saying on Tuesday, I'll let you guys know I got some reviews up on the channel. So check out my last 3 reviews. I've been going crazy this past week with reviews. I got a review up for Sandor Clegane by 3-0 from season 7. So definitely check that out. That is a new figure that just came out. So great figure. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, I think you want to watch that video because it's a really cool figure to add to your Game of Thrones collection. Of course, I put up a review of Claire Redfield as well by Damn Toys, a figure that big topic of discussion. But definitely check out that video. I think I did that figure justice personally. So definitely check out that video and see my thoughts on it. And then finally, guys, the absolutely incredible, fantastic, iconic Ryu. I did do a review on that figure as well. So definitely check that out. I'm spreading the gospel of iconic lately, guys, because they are such a fantastic company. And now that I finally have the figure in my hand, I'm absolutely blown away. And I'm happy to say, guys, eventually we're going to get the guys from Iconic, at least one of the dudes over there, whether it's Andrew or Luke. We're going to get them on the stream to talk some cool stuff about Iconic. It's just a scheduling thing. I have to work it out with them because I know Andrew and Luke are very busy preparing for the announcement of Ken, which is coming very soon, I've been told. So can't wait to have them on and talk Iconic stuff. But yeah, definitely check out that video, guys. If you want to learn about the company and what they're offering, I highly recommend checking out that video because it's such a fantastic figure.
Wait, you're bringing them on to interview them?
Yes. So I talked to Andrew about this a long time ago, but I know he's been busy, so I don't want to bother him. And of course, we have a lot of people on the panel, so I just got to work it out with them. And I know they're going to be a little bit busy with the Ken launch, but probably after the Ken launch, we'll talk about having them on. And the main thing is too, and I said this before, I wanted to at least have something in hand from them so I could really talk shop with them about their stuff. And now, even better, because Cigars, you just got your Iconic Ryu.
It sure did, and I love it.
And dude, I'm so happy to hear that you love it because you and I are both very invested in this company. They're doing a lot of cool stuff like Patrick Bateman, Pyramid Head, Nurse, like just a lot of incredible stuff that us fans of those franchises are just stoked to get. And I think you would agree with me after getting this Rio. You're like, damn, yeah, I'm paying attention to this company. I'm really
No,
paying
I
attention
am.
to this company.
I even
now,
told you,
know?
remember? I was like, I'm even more excited to get Patrick Bateman and the Silent Hill figures, and definitely can now. But
Yeah.
man, I totally want to pick their brain on any future horror figures coming. Other than, that's what I want to pick their brain about.
Yeah, yeah, dude, and maybe he'll allow us to ask those questions. Obviously, he has some restrictions, but maybe he'll give us some hints. You never know. But we're definitely going to ask those questions whenever I can get him on. So, Tremble Dust says, "I am with the Church of Iconic. Preach, sir, preach." Yeah, dude. I mean, again, everybody's really excited about the in-art stuff, and I get it. I'm excited to get my Joker, but Iconic is that company that's really got my attention, dude. And speaking with the owners periodically, I'm like, these guys are top notch. And yes, Andrew from Keyboard Warriors. Guys, if you guys don't know this, one of the owners of Iconic does have a pretty successful YouTube channel with like 10,000 subscribers. It's called Keyboard Warriors. So yes, that is the same Andrew. I'm not going to say his last name because I will absolutely butcher it. But yes, that is the same Andrew. He's from the UK. So a really, really cool guy and someone who's very passionate about collecting. And it shows. It really does. Again, you have to watch my video to just really, you really will understand it once you watch the video. Just the unboxing experience alone, you're like, these guys are collectors, and there's no denying that. So, yeah, and Ian, I dropped that little breadcrumb to Blanca or to Andrew about Blanca. I'm like, dude, that's my favorite character as a kid, Blanca. I have to have Blanca, so don't worry, I dropped that breadcrumb. And he was like, funny enough. The packaging is printed in, I think he said printed or designed in Brazil. So maybe that gives us a little fighting chance for Blanca, but I would love to see that, dude. I really would. Yeah, Andrew's a solid dude, man. And again, I have a lot of faith in their company for sure. But yeah, guys, as always, once again, check out CMB over on Geeking Out. Those are our boys over there. And you could see CMB on there, basically almost every stream. So definitely check them out, guys. Some great stuff going on over at Geeking Out. And once again, shout out to Don Prime in the chat as well. That's our boy, man.
For the Empire.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Ian, we're all pulling for him, man. But yeah, check out Andrew's channel. He's got a great channel over there. Yes. Dude, I'm just so gassed with this company, and I'm really excited to see what they do with Street Fighter. I really am. And there we go, dropping a link to Geeking Out. So yes, guys, if you haven't already, head on over to Geeking Out. I'm sure most of you are there already. If you know, you know. But Sean from the Hot Toys Nightmare, Sean, anything new going on for you, or are you still kind of in that waiting phase like you were last week?
I am completely waiting. Nothing's came in, nothing at all. But just something I want to touch on real quick, since I don't have anything up and coming. How Oscar Isaacs is a Hot Toys collector, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is Titus Welliver. The actor,
Yep.
he was like an Imperial officer and Mando, and he was the bad
Bosch.
guy in Transformers once, and
Detective in Bosch.
Yeah, he's been just like it's weird how like all these Hot Toy collectors aren't getting their.
It's disrespectful. Themselves. It's disrespectful. It really is. And then Oscar Isaac gets a figure, and it doesn't have a head sculpt. So
yeah.
And they teased the Poe Dameron as well, which was messed up.
I know, man. I mean, say what you want about the sequel trilogy, but I actually really enjoyed Poe as a character. I really did. And you guys know I got a pretty substantial sequel trilogy display. So having Poe missing from that display is definitely unfortunate. But
Poe Dameron, Spice Runner. Dameron Poe, Runner of Spice.
Thank you, Sean,
I thought he was like he did like a really good job in it.
I did too. I mean, and again, you can often separate the actual media from the performance and the actor, and you could appreciate like John Boyega, for example. The dude got done dirty. And we're not going to get into it, but I think he did a great job with what he had, and
he should have been a Jedi.
Yep.
Justice for Frog Lady. I love that, TK, dropping that before we end out here.
That's one I want too.
That would be the aid canister really is what makes me want that figure. But finally, guys, moving on to Owen from In the Detail. Again, Owen is not only on Instagram posting some great stuff, but he's got a pretty great presence over on TikTok. So Owen, I guess you're still just doing your thing, right? Like just you love doing like the was it like a 1 minute review, 60-second review that you do?
Yeah. 1 minute reviews on the TikTok. I'm trying to get into TikTok sounds and memes, and they seem to be doing really well, but I don't like doing them. They're kind of cringe. Like, what's
the
your
world of
favorite
cringe,
figure and
right?
stuff. Oh, it's man, it's rough, but it seems to be working. I hit 1,500, so I'm
Congrats,
fine
bro.
with.
That's quite an accomplishment. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'll keep doing the silly memes as long as it works, I guess.
Hey, man. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of my quick unbox. I do goofy stuff too. Like I pretend like I'm shooting the guns. So I do stupid stuff all the time. It's cringy, but it's fun. You know, you got to have fun with it at the end of the day, or why are you doing it? You know, but yeah, guys, check out Owen. He does some great stuff. Owen's a very bashful guy, but he does really great stuff. So 1,500, he should have more. He does really great stuff, and I love the short 60-second reviews, because if you're able to fit it in and be very concise, I think you're doing a great job, and I think that's what you've been doing. So definitely check him out, guys, for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. Once again, I know I named a lot of people saying goodbye to everybody, but thank you and goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Of course, guys, we will see you next Tuesday for another 2.0 or Leave It Alone stream. I know some of you guys are really enjoying those, so I can't wait to see you guys then. But that's going to wrap it up for us. Once again, thank you as always for being here, guys. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.